I have a video of the guy doing it.
Beyond a shadow of a doubt is death penalty, isn't it?
Yeah, a shadow of a doubt, right.
Yeah.
But reasonable doubt is, you know, I have a doubt, but it's not, but there's so much evidence.
Why did they think she was lying?
Well,
Because she hated the stepfather? What was her purpose in doing it?
I think everybody thought he was guilty, but there was enough evidence. There was not enough evidence to prove that he was guilty.
What was the story? What happened?
She woke up in the middle of the night with him trying to pull her underwear off.
Did he?
And then, so when she went, so she immediately woke up, screamed at him, "What are you doing?" So it's just so fascinating. Number one, he's mentally challenged.
Was the wife there?
Okay.
Oh, he's challenged.
He's mentally challenged.
Yeah, like what kind of degree? Like.
Well, like when you ask him, how long have you been with Suzanne? And you say 10 years. And you say, you've only known Suzanne for 10 years. Yes.
Okay.
How old is your son?
Beyond a reasonable doubt. Beyond a reasonable doubt, it's
that you had with Suzanne.
So she's retarded.
He's retarded.
He's like genuine retarded.
Close. Enough that he can go work, blah, blah, blah. He was on disability. He lost his disability. This is one of the things I got frustrated with. That frustrated me with the whole thing.
He
was on disability. He lost his disability because he went out and got a job and made too much money. And he was making like $12 an hour as a guy moving, at a moving place. He worked
Hello, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. What's happening? Let's solve your problems, answer your questions, take your complaints, make your life a little easier. This hour brought to you by DenverEgressWindow.com. If you want to open up some square footage legally, ethically, appraisal-wise, security for your house, you want DenverEgressWindow.com. They can put in an egress window, that window well with the window anywhere. Even if you didn't have one, they can rebuild the old ones that builders make with those corrugated steel garbage things, and they can even put in walkout basements on a flat lot. They terrace it down into a patio area. There's a great video that I actually helped them make at DenverEgressWindow.com. The Senate's on this company. I've known them for more than 20 years for sure. 720-626-4221. 720-626-4221, DenverEgressWindow.com. I'm a consumer advocate. This is what I do. I recommend people. I also tell you who to stay away from. We have SleazBrigade.com that does that. Those are the worst of the worst. Then you hear the show, and we have all kinds of stuff going on the show. And we try to help people. We also try to recommend good people. And we have guests on from time to time to talk about topics. Floor coverings are a big deal this time of year. Before the holidays, people love new floor coverings. It's a pretty good time. We have Buddy Mitchell in from SimplyFloorsInc.com, so we can talk about that. And anything else on your mind? 303-713-TALK, like Melinda. She wants to talk about a shoddy deck. Melinda, what is happening? You can give us a call, anyone with a problem, question, or complaint at 303-713-TALK. And that other number, 303-MARTINO, works 24/7. So if you're watching our YouTube or our Facebook, we're live. But if you're watching the podcast or you're listening on iHeartRadio, you can call 303-MARTINO whenever convenient. We do get back to people if you leave a message there and tell us what your problem is. What's going on with your deck, Melinda? Melinda? I thought she was there. Can you see if she's there, Suzanne, for some reason?
Of course.
Not picking up. 303-713-TALK is our number. Buddy Mitchell is here. And, you know, floor coverings, in my opinion, make the biggest impression when you walk in a home. Have you walked in a home and you see shoddy carpeting? God, it almost doesn't matter what the rest of the house looks like. When you have shoddy floor coverings, it can be the death knell of a sale. What about bad ripped up tile, stuff like that? Well, if you were going to sell a house, would you redo the floors? Or do you want to just leave that with an allowance? I believe certain things you should not leave for an allowance. I think carpeting is one of them. I think you might want to leave an allowance for a whole kitchen maybe, or a bath. It's hard to get those to where people want them. But I think floor coverings, I think I would go ahead and do floor coverings if I'm selling a house.
We sanded and redid our hardwood in the kitchen before we sold it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
It looked beautiful.
Now, there are different kinds of refinishing. Buddy, may I ask on this hardwood, you can refinish hardwood. Can you refinish pre-finished or factory hardwood? The kind that you get, almost everyone's putting in pre-finished floors now, right?
Yeah, the volume of that has went up dramatically.
Now, are they pre-finished with a veneer, or are they pre-finished? Are they regular hardwood pre-finished?
Well, there's both. There's
which one's better?
I think the engineered is better than the solid, because
the engineered meaning the laminate.
No, it's a piece of plywood with a piece of real solid wood
Oh,
on top.
and that's better.
Well, you can get a better look with it. Right?
Okay.
So, you know,
a better look, and
it's more environmental.
Is it more expensive or less?
It's about the same. That's why
But
it's
then
grown
regular
so.
hardwood can be pre-finished too. So you can have pre-finished hardwood,
yeah,
or engineered wood.
Yeah, we have a product that we just brought in from called Maine Traditions. It's made up in Maine. It's made in the United States. It's a big company up there that grows the trees, cuts the trees, owns the land, you know, and they make some beautiful, beautiful
is
hardwood.
It engineered, or
no,
is
it's
it full
solid?
hard?
It's solid hardwood.
Pre-finished though, right?
It's pre-finished, yeah.
So what do you think the percentage of hardwood going in where they finish it in the house?
Now it's probably 60–70%. Oh no, where they finish it in the house is probably went down to about 30 to 40%.
Okay,
it used to be like 90%.
What is a more durable finish? The kind that's pre-finished, or the one you do in the house?
The pre-finished is a lot more durable.
Now, when you have one pre-finished in your home, how long does it last?
About 3 years, 3 to 5 years before you should have a top coat put on it. You'll start getting scratches right away on it.
So you do a top coat. How long before you refinish a pre-finished floor?
I'm sorry. On a site finished, that's what
no,
we'll call
I mean
it.
A pre-finished.
Pre-finished floor should last 10 to 15 years.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, I was thinking you said site finished.
10 years to 15 years, and then you refinish it, or you screen coat it?
There's different products. Some products are meant to be refinished, and some aren't. If you get a distressed look, one with chatter in it, or, you know, with
so
little
some
scratches,
of these pre-finished floors, you literally keep them 15 years and replace them?
15 to, well, some of them have 30, 40-year finish warranties on them. You won't walk through the finish. A site-finished floor, you're going to walk through the finish. A polyurethane, as you walk on it, you'll walk through the finish.
But the kind you get pre-finished,
they have aluminum oxide, and they'll
last for
they
20
could last. They could last 30, 40 years.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
That I see what you're saying, and they're not made to be refinished.
Some can be, but the engineered ones, most of them are not. The veneer is too thin, and
but on the pre-finished hardwood, it's not either.
What people are looking, the pre-finished hardwood, well, no, they can be refinished.
Okay.
Yeah, when you get the solid 3/4 inch pre-finished hardwood, it can be refinished.
But that still lasts a long time.
It'll last 2 to 3 times as long, 4 times as long before you need to.
So if you're going to go with a floor, you're telling me the engineered floor has the longest lasting finish.
Now, if I wanted the longest lasting, I would go with a solid pre-finished floor.
Okay, solid pre-finished. Next to that,
if I wanted the best looking floor, I wanted a floor that people walk in and say, wow, that's gorgeous, I would go with an engineered floor.
Now, the engineered floor, when would you have to replace that one?
It depends on the person living on it, right?
Normal.
I mean, 10 to 20 years.
Okay, so people, what we're talking about with a pre-finished floor, we have two options. You have an engineered floor, which is a veneer, and then a plywood underneath, or a type of plywood. Or you have solid wood with just a pre-finish. And then, of course, you have the site finished, which is solid wood, and then site finished. So are those the only 3 wood options?
Yeah, pretty much.
And then you have luxury vinyl tile, which looks like wood.
Right, and then you have
And I love those.
And you have the new laminates that are waterproof.
Well, those laminates are different than engineered?
Yeah, that's a piece of paper, or it's like Formica. It's like Formica.
Like those.
Well, you would if you started seeing some of the new ones coming out.
What do you like better, the engineered floor with the plywood and a laminate over it, or what you call a laminate?
I'm putting an engineered floor in my house. Within the next 2 months.
Which kind of engineered?
A 7-inch wide, 8-foot long board, right? with about a 1/4 inch of engineered wood on top,
Right.
real solid wood on top that's got a really pretty finish.
No, I love that.
It's made by
But then you
Anderson.
mentioned something else. By the way, people, you can talk about anything you want, problems, questions, complaints, 303-713-TALK. Sometimes when we get in a conversation, people listen, and you can still call with any problem or any sound off at 303-713-TALK. But let me get this straight then. But then you talked about this paper thin stuff.
Well,
What is that called?
what's called laminate.
Okay, that's
Laminate.
different than engineered floors.
Yes.
Engineered floors have a veneer.
Have real solid wood on
A
top
veneer.
of it.
And then the laminates have a very thin
Piece of paper.
mills thick.
Right, they have it like a piece of paper that's printed to look like wood, and it's actually
Now that to
2 to
me
3
doesn't sound good.
Yeah, but it looks real.
How
and it's
durable?
10 times more durable than real wood.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, you can't scratch it
Come on. Then how does that differ from luxury vinyl tile?
because that's made out of vinyl and it dents. Luxury vinyl is made out of the same stuff that your sheet vinyl was made out of. Okay, so when you had a kitchen 20
I understand that, but it's pretty damn strong.
Oh,
some
it's
of that
incredibly
stuff.
strong.
I mean, it's not, you can't gouge it like that. You'd have to, I mean, it's pretty hard to gouge it.
No, you can gouge it. You can gouge it. It's super.
If I drop a clothes iron on the floor, I'll bet you it would gouge sheet vinyl.
The worst thing
10 times easier than a luxury vinyl tile.
The worst thing you can drop an iron on the floor is real wood.
Yeah, of course.
The second would be vinyl. The third would be laminate.
Yeah. Okay.
Laminate, they make the core of it so solid that it's almost chip proof. Now,
Right.
the problem with laminate is when you do damage it, it's unrepairable other than tearing the floor up. Where vinyl, the color goes through into the material, so you don't see the gouge like you would with real
Now,
wood.
you heard me talking about Denver egress window, and you hear Buddy Mitchell here with Simply Floors on that vein of saving money and home improvements. Let's talk about buy and build. If you're doing a project by yourself, you can go to buy and build. They have flooring, they have light fixtures, they have plumbing fixtures, they have cabinets, they have counter material. It's more for a do-it-yourselfer, or if you're managing a project and you send your contractor there, or if you're a contractor and you want to buy wholesale. Buddy, you don't sell wholesale to contractors, do you?
Oh, yeah.
Direct?
Yeah, we
You
sell
do?
a lot.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you did only your own jobs. You will sell direct to?
Yeah, they're called cash and carry.
Cool,
It's
cool.
about 30% of our business.
Yeah, okay, cool. Anyway, buy and build is a cash and carry, I guess you would call, for any kind of interior finish item. 4800 Washington Street, extraordinary values. Beautiful cabinets. They have raw granite. They have any kind you want to buy. They have remnants you can buy left over. They have vanities for the bathroom. And the light fixtures and the plumbing fixtures, pennies on the dollar compared to even the big boxes. That's buyandbuild.net, 4800 Washington Street.
All the phone issues. So Drew put in a ticket. They've got to reboot the phones before we can even take a call. And they haven't rebooted them yet, so...
Oh, I'll
but-
tell them what's going on, then tell people what's going on, so people know. That's what.
On the laminate, it's the epoxy on top of it that's so tough.
Well, it's also the core of the laminate. The main reason we
I
don't
don't
get
even
into
think
it, the
it's
reason I would
epoxy.
go with engineered
They
over
better,
solid
maybe they
wood.
need a new phone system.
Scott
so
said
you could get
it
wood.
happened to him, and it was very stressful
Well,
on
the
the show
reason
today.
is because
It's like
it
a-
looks better.
Shannon had to
The-
run
the
downstairs
look of the
for
floor
him.
is
Was
so
gone
much
for like
better
5
on an
minutes, so I
engineered
don't
floor
really...
than
I mean,
a
it
solid
really
wood
jacked
floor.
Ross up.
Unless you want a
I
really
told Drew I
traditional
want to know
home,
if it happens
where
during
it's
this
just, you know,
show,
like
so
2 1/4
that's
inch.
what happened.
You can't. The big
So-
problem.
but
I'm
they
getting
think it-
tired of this now, only because I love this weather. I'm sorry, buddy, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm just saying I'm getting a little tired because I want to go flying.
No, I'd say the big difference between wood, the reason I would go with engineered over solid wood in Colorado is you cannot put solid wood, solid wood in a house over 4 inches. If a homeowner goes out to Lumber Liquidators and buys a 5-inch wide solid plank wood floor, you will get shrinkage when it gets dry and it'll grow when it gets wet. So if the guy goes out there and everything's right in the house, he installs a 5-inch board, and the humidity in the house goes up, after he leaves, the floor will grow because God made it and solid wood grows. It'll grow and buckle. If he goes into the house and the humidity is right and installs the floor, and then the house dries out, it'll shrink and then they'll have gaps. And you'll get the phone call You'll get the phone call that the installer did it wrong. The biggest problem, if you put in solid wood floors in a house or engineered floors in a house and you don't put in a whole house humidifier, you will void the warranty on the floor, period. That's what the National Wood Association says. You have to have a humidity. You cannot go from today, 80% humidity, to 2 weeks from now when it doesn't rain for 3 weeks to 3% humidity in your house, because that wood will grow and shrink. Wood shrinks the worst in the winter. When it hasn't snowed, people turn on their furnace, dry the house out, and their wood shrinks. And so if I put your wood floor, a 3-inch wide solid wood floor in your house today, and it's dry,
I've bought antique pianos.
right? They call that stuff. They bring it from back east, and then it dries out and breaks.
Well, we restore it here to whatever, and then if they got a swamp floor in the summer,
Yeah.
going out of tune, and then in the winter dries out, the soundboard's crack.
Well, wood, when it gets wet, grows. That's why shake shingles work, right? I mean, you could go in the summer on 100 degrees in Denver, and you could look up in a barn, and you could see holes in the shakes. You could see through the roof, right? I had a barn like this I grew up with. It would rain and it wouldn't leak, but you could look through it would drop, because the shakes would shrink down, water would hit it, they'd swell up, and the barn would be dry, right? And so people.
That's how they were talking about thatch roofs work.
You're talking, that's 2% difference.
When it gets wet.
When people are used to that.
And also, it's something about if
It wasn't
the
here.
grasses are hollow,
What was yours at 2.7?
the water goes into it and runs out.
There wasn't too many people that got 3 years on 50.
And I'm surprised that thatch roofs
Oh, that's
are
true.
dry
That's true.
inside.
My friend, because it's a 15 too. But I got it. I mean, I got it perfect.
Right.
I got a wholesale basis.
You know,
And at that time, 15
I've
was
got
quite a
the
bit lower.
stuff plain and put the edges on to make the flooring out of it.
But you're right. But I think that these high debt businesses, that's what's hurting.
They gotta be
You know,
playing
these
both
people that are
sides.
borrowing money.
But on the banks, the funny part is,
First
you
of
know,
all,
most banks, how many loans? Like, is Wells Fargo still a
You know, they
massive
have to be,
home loan
have
company?
nailed holes, cracks and crap in it,
Yes.
because
I don't know what the
They-
percentage.
You think they are?
That's a good question.
you're not gonna get.
WAMU used to be, they were one of the
One thing
biggest,
about the
but they
college,
went
they have
belly
about
up.
4 different kinds of
They
wood.
were fucking-
That's a great question. If they put that out in their.
You have to want rustic.
How much they.
The big difference, Tom, between engineered and solid
And then the
is
other
the look
thing
you
is,
can get.
the good thing about interest
You
rates.
can, with an
though,
engineered floor, you can get
two
like
good things. One,
unbelievable
credit card interest.
Beautiful
Banks make a
wood
shitload
floors
off that. It's
that
one of
you
their
can't
biggest
get
things they
with
make money off
a
of.
site finished floor.
So people are
And you can
paying
get them for the same
18%. The
money.
bank should be going
With
up.
the engineered floors that used to
And then your
cost $40,
signature
$50,
loans.
$80
Your
a square
car
foot
loans, your
for like a
signature
super
loans.
custom floor,
Although, the credit
now
unions own most
you
of
can
these
get
car
for
loans.
$10, $15 a square foot. And if you do a site finished,
Man, we
40-inch
drove that
floor,
new Santa
about
Fe yesterday.
$3.50 a
Really?
square foot.
Holy shit. What a beautiful
They
vehicle.
redid the
Four-cylinder
hardwood
turbo?
house, got it, maybe.
I've been summoned through the door after 6 a.m. Fix my soul so I don't lose a love again.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. We have lines open, but here's the problem, folks. The phones are dead, and we've had a problem. That's why the woman on the phone I couldn't get, Melinda. So please have patience with us. I will let you know when the phones are back. We've been having some issues with our phone system, okay? Meanwhile, we have Buddy Mitchell with us, Simply Floors, Inc., and in the vein of saving money, again, on the home, Art of Granite. This is a place that will come in and do your granite. He's a direct stone importer. He's located in Golden. He serves the Front Range and the mountain communities. And here's what I love about him. He charges only wholesale for the material. He doesn't mark it up. If you want to buy the material somewhere else, he will buy it at his cost. The only thing he marks up are cabinets, a small markup from the manufacturer. And then when it comes to the fabrication and installation, he charges for that. He will tear out and haul away free and do the bathroom free. He is so proud of the way he does business, he will give you prices on the phone. Give him some sizes, maybe send him a photo. Give him a call, 303-386-5919. artofgranite.net, 303-386-5919. He's on my referral list at referralist.com, just like Buddy Mitchell is from simplyfloorsinc.com. Buddy, do you give prices on the phone ever?
Yeah, I give a range.
Okay, and that's based on square footage, right?
Well, I can do it by square footage. I tell people that, it depends on what they're looking for. So it's like calling up and saying, how much does a car cost? Well,
Yeah,
a car can be from $20,000 to $1 million, right? So carpet can be, $2 to $6 a square foot, and it depends on the homeowner's needs and what they're looking for.
Good. I like people who give us prices on the phone.
Me too.
I know it's difficult, and people don't like doing it, but I like it. I like it even if you have a range. Although I would say there are probably some cases it's impossible. But if you want to have a toilet done, and a plumber says, well, I really can't give you a price, then there's a problem. I don't care what you say. You can give a price for a toilet. You can.
We have a lot of companies that don't.
I know. Ones that I love.
I know.
But they won't. And I know why, because they say, well, we don't know if it's just the toilet. What if we have to do a new supply line? Or what if we have... Then the homeowner's going to be mad because now they think we're drumming up the bill or something like that. Listen, I've heard all the arguments.
Yeah, here's what I think the real argument is, though. Disagree or agree. The real argument is they want to get into the house because their chances of closing are way higher inside the house. That goes with anybody. Buddy,
Absolutely.
yours is the same way.
I needed to get a fence on the side of my house, and I have no idea what a fence costs. None, right? I don't know if it's $10 a foot or $100 a foot.
Now, Genesis, we always say that Genesis does fences, but how does he have time to do it with all his inside stuff, or does he have a subcontractor?
I think he'll do a fence if he's doing like the garage and other stuff at this point. I mean, he might go out and do just a fence, but I don't know how.
No, he's so damn busy, and well, he should be because he doesn't take money and run. But what were you saying about fencing?
I was trying to get a bid on a fence. I had no idea what it cost, so I was like, okay. I call a couple of fence companies. They won't give me a price over the phone. I'm like, well, just 6-foot picket fence. Is it $10, $20 a foot? Because I have 100 feet that I need done. And if it's $100 a foot, then I'm just going to wait.
No, it's
until
not.
I have money.
It's not.
I know.
I'll tell you what a fence is.
Mine was about $6.
$14 for a beautiful, beautiful fence. $6, Mark, is what? Split
Vinyl.
rail?
Vinyl with, vinyl. White.
Two-rail vinyl?
Two-rail vinyl.
Oh, no. It's going to be... Wait, hold on.
No, I just had it. It's been 3 years. But,
are you really? No, come on.
And then I paid another...
Am I really off, Clint, on that 14? I don't think I am. 12, maybe?
No, I think
for material.
You're talking about a privacy fence. He's talking about a rail fence.
Split rail is not that expensive. Okay.
No. I'm talking just a white vinyl
but
fence.
Mark, split rail. You're talking about 2 rails.
2 rails.
And you're talking material, not installed.
I don't remember.
If anybody are the phones working? Maybe someone can give us a test call. One of our deputies, 303-713-TALK. When I say one of our deputies, I mean if you're listening, a regular listener, even if you don't have a problem, if you could just test our phones for us, we'd like to talk to you. 303-713-TALK, okay? Because we have been having some phone issues. 713-8255. It doesn't matter. We do have a lot of valuable information.
Clint's got a great update.
And then Melinda with the deck thing, 303-713-TALK. Anyway, with Genesis, we were talking about, I say he does the roof and then the gutters and the siding and the windows and the doors and all of that. I don't think he would do just fencing because he's too busy, but I think he will do it. For example, if he's doing your storm estimate, he'll include the fences and all that and have it done or do it. And he's at 303-679-8509. 303-679-8509, GenesisTotalExteriors.com. All right, so our phones are ringing, and I think we're going to be fine. What is your update, Clint? Deputy Clint, what's going on?
On Tuesday, Charles called in. Remember he had a roof estimate that they had to up the estimate because they missed?
Now, this really pissed me off, and I'm hoping we misheard it. What he said was, what exteriors was it called? Advanced Exteriors?
Yes.
They came out and gave him a bid on a contract number 1.
Like 17 grand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Contract number 1, 17 grand. Then they came back and said, we can't do contract number 1 without doing contract number 2 because the city requires it. Now, we're going to give you a great deal on contract number 2, but it's going to be $5,500. He said, no, the whole thing's too expensive. I don't want to do it. So they had the nerve to charge him a penalty for canceling contract number 1. But wait, he didn't want to cancel contract number 1. In fact, he would still do it for $17,500. But they said no. In order to do contract number 1, you must do contract number 2. And I said, what kind of moron would charge a penalty to someone for canceling a contract when they raise the price? Can you imagine, buddy, having a contract? Do you have any penalty clauses in your contract?
No.
Okay, but if you did,
yes, if we order the material,
of course,
and it's here in town,
of
and then
course.
you cancel, then you have to pay a restocking
Of course you do. I mean, I don't mind that. But what if you raised the price and went to the guy and said it's going to be $5,000 more, and if you don't pay it, we're going to charge you a cancellation fee? You can't do that.
No.
You know, that's the point. And I'm hoping I misheard it. Clint, was that really the deal?
We heard it right, but as it turned out, it was an inexperienced employee. The owners called up, profusely apologized.
Okay, that's what I mean. So it wasn't their normal policy.
No.
I didn't think it could be.
No, they were getting the check out to them right away.
Okay.
They're part of Team Logan, and it seems like they're just fine. It was just an inexperienced employee, made a mistake, and made them look bad.
Okay. So I go back to this every time. If we didn't get involved, what would have happened?
I know.
It irritates me.
All right, now, pricing on fences. Dennis is a fence contractor. Dennis, set us straight, will you, bro? Oops. Yeah.
The reason that guys won't give you a number over the phone is because there's too many dang variables anymore. Landscape, rock, sod, dirt, it doesn't matter. It's just too difficult. But you were way, way off. Those are 1980 prices. I started in...
Wait, who's way off?
You are.
I said $14 a foot?
Yeah, for a 6-foot privacy picket fence.
How much?
I started in 1981. I only do about 1% anymore residential fence. It's all industrial, commercial.
Yeah. How much?
A typical backyard fence is $35 a foot.
Holy crapoli!
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh my God! What's a vinyl split rail?
Well, they're not called split rail. They're called dimensional rail.
Yeah, that's what I meant, though. You know what I mean, right?
So a true rail is coming in at about $12 a foot, and a split rail is about $15.
Oh my God!
Is that installed?
That is installed.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Most guys won't even talk to you about unit prices if you're under 100 feet, because under 100 feet is too many mobilizations. You know, you have to include a whole day's worth of labor for probably a half a day's worth of work.
Hey, you know, there are a lot of clowns in your business.
Unfortunately, there are, but we've been the president of the Colorado Fence Association for 3 or 4 terms. Like I said, I've been in business for almost 40 years.
What's your company name?
Unfortunately, there's a whole lot of guys building fence out of the back of their...
What is your company name, bro?
It's called AJI Fence, and we're a division of Aero J Construction. Pretty legit, Tom. I mean, I do the FedEx facilities, the UPS facilities, DEA facilities. We're a large-scale commercial contractor.
Okay.
I don't do any CDOT.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't say I wouldn't make a habit of saying we're pretty legit.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, by the way, do you do homeowners?
Yes, sir. I have a residential salesman. Yes.
Okay. Well, man, you know what? And Dennis, I'm not trying to hit you up. We really need Suzanne. Just get him as a professional for the future. Get his name in case we need opinions on fencing. And then here's what we'll do. We would love. We're trying to get good fencing contractors on the referral list because of all the clowns. Mark, we have certain categories we've always been weak in. Why is that? It's almost like, I'll tell you why. Because the good guys like Dennis probably are so busy, they don't need the referral list. And then you have clowns in the business we wouldn't put on the referral list. But we've always had a weakness when it comes to fencing on the referral list. What else can you think of we've always had a weakness getting? Employment attorneys.
Cars.
What do you mean cars?
Car dealerships.
Oh, well, yeah, because so many of them are so bad.
They're the hardest. I mean, really, with the exception of Rockies, there's some other good used places.
Yeah, that's why we have them. But no, it's very difficult to get dealers because they don't want the scrutiny, and they say, no, we're not going to do it. Okay, Melinda, you were the one on earlier. I couldn't get on. I want to get started on you. What happened with your deck?
So Brian Matthews from Design Create came out to do some deck work for me and completed the deck work. However, all the caulking that he did around the deck is not holding and it's separating and coming apart.
If that's the only problem, though, is that the only problem with the deck? I'm not saying that's you should put up with it, but is that the only thing we're talking about?
Well, I don't know what, I mean, if it can ruin stuff further on the deck, I have no idea.
Well, that's good. That's good to talk about. Can it ruin things further on the deck? I don't know. We'll have to look at the pictures, buddy. What do you think?
Is it a vinyl composite deck?
I don't know. Sorry.
Is it a solid wood deck? I mean, when you walk on the planks, is it wood or
yeah? Is it a wood
vinyl?
deck?
Oh, it's wood.
Okay.
So, yeah, let me look at it. Let's look at the photographs. But it seems minor to me if all you're talking about is the caulking.
Well, it's also that the reason that I had him come out to even start work on my deck was that my deck was pulling away from the house. And he told me that there was a tree.
I got him right now, the picture. Oh, hold on. This, dear, hold on. Wow. Hold on. I got something to say about this, all right? 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Again, getting back to our house mode today with saving money, K&H Home Solutions. Buy 2 windows, get 1 free. K&H Home Solutions. I love K&H. Why? Because I've known them for the whole time I've been in Colorado. They've been in business 62 years, okay? Almost twice as long as I've been here. Now, I knew the owner, Henry Zilligman, who started K&H, and then Ted took over, Ted Rowland and his brother, years and years ago, and they have carried on the wonderful tradition of home improvements. And, of course, they changed from K&H Window to K&H Home Solutions because they carry everything from the roofing and the siding and the windows and they do gutters and they do really beautiful windows. Buy 2, get 1 free. That's K&H Home Solutions. Buy 2 and get 1 free. And then they have Everlast Siding. I consider to be the absolute best siding you can buy on the market. It's sealed, waterproof, a palette of colors, beautiful texture. It's lifelong. 303-421-7100. Make your own appointment online. khwindows.com.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station with Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
If you're thinking about solar power, think Cam Solar. You can get a free evaluation of your lot to see what it will generate over the next 20 years. Just going to a website and filling out a form. Not only that, they will guarantee that analysis along with a 20-year parts and labor.
Creative Deck Systems started in 1992, right? If the guy that built the deck, if they went out there and did a repair on it, the guy that built the deck didn't put the case on down to below frost line, the case on could be heaving. You could put a joint together, it grows, and then it goes down and it shrinks.
So that would even be a worse problem.
That means the deck's moving because whoever built the deck originally, if this is a repair, and I'm just saying, didn't put the case on down.
Is it a repair?
Or a new deck.
Buddy, I have a thing.
I don't know if it's a new deck or if it's a repair.
I have a place that looks almost identical to that on a deck, and it's a damn tree that's too close. It's pushing it
Well,
up.
sure, they'll do that.
Well, it's just all sorts of things.
Yeah.
And I'm only seeing.
But here, look at they're putting this stuff in to fill it in, and it's just. I mean, originally this was bad. I mean, they filled this in with a bunch of.
The gap was too big.
I've never seen caulking in a thing like that. Is that what you guys used to do? No. Plus, is this vinyl? This is like a vinyl.
No, that's
or a track.
That's probably that could be. And the other thing is that looks like plastic up there.
Yeah.
If that deck, when that plastic grows, it can push the.
That guy was not interested in all at all. He's
I think we're going to look at this.
and he said no.
It could be the vinyl pushing it off the house.
So that looks wood there.
Yeah, that's wood. I'm just saying, if the decking is material, it grows and shrinks a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
My brother built that, and
You're not telling the category.
That's what I said.
With bad
So
material.
I was
Just
thinking,
because it's
was that
sinking
the
and
right?
stuff, they didn't put their case on deep enough.
My
or-
cousin
learning.
built the
I'm
deck
getting there.
superstore in Congress.
Yeah.
I'll bring you a picture of my railing and my steps down there on that side of that tree roof.
What's going on with the flooring?
Heavy. Stone steps.
It's a Lennar home new build, something with his
They can't even
LVT.
repair this.
I think it's easier to
To me,
snap,
look,
crackle, pop of it. Does that make sense? And maybe it's not
Well,
LVT,
listen,
but
maybe
it's
you know
snap,
that's not a
crackle, pop
built-in
in
ashtray.
this
Or
new
maybe-
flooring.
Huh?
It's not
Come on.
hardwood.
It's horrible. It's
I had to get them on
Mother
quick.
Earth, it's a wooden material.
And I would not
You guys
want
do
that much.
hardwood flooring?
I wouldn't want anyone talking
No,
right
you
there.
don't.
I put in new.
I
You
like
know
this.
a company
This to me,
that
this
does,
is,
I mean, I've
they
heard of
copped it,
companies
now
that
it's.
do hardwood.
But they come out
Maybe
into your
more.
house.
I think the joint pulled
Today
apart
is
and I tried to
mental
call
health.
So then
Today
how
is
does that
mental
work?
health.
Look at here, this looks
Road
like
manners.
Tetra.
Road manners. Okay, I'll
Road
say,
manners.
Tom, oh,
His name
she's
is Lee
not
Cosgrove.
like me for that.
It's road manor flooring.
If
Oh,
it-
they
if
did.
it-
Wood hardwood.
This is old wood.
Oh,
That
okay, good.
is
Okay,
really
do you mind
bad
if I
wood.
borrow a piece of
Yeah, go for it.
They put heavy latex over.
I don't
Road.
think that's
Because-
at all. You think
No,
that's trash?
that looks like plastic to me, and if that plastic is up against the house, I'm just saying, if that plastic is up against the
I saw
house,
you have
that plastic gets hot and it'll push the deck.
So,
This is
did you
siding.
have a chance to look
This
at
is
this
the
one?
Siding, that's why it
Is
has,
that siding?
that's why it has a heavy
Sunday.
texture.
It's like hardy board or
Like
whatever.
hardwood.
Yeah.
I mean, if she could send more pictures of the whole deck, I bet you money
Well, look
this
at
is
like,
plastic.
but look at that looks wood.
That's
That's
what.
That's a railing.
Well,
that's
that's could be the plastic coming,
Okay, it's not
or
a-
the
No, right.
paint
When it's
coming
eight.
apart.
Right, but that's wood right there.
Oh, buddy, Mohawk,
Is it?
engineered hardwood, some onyx maple, or, is that for you or not? Do I need to
The
get
other
one
thing,
of
I
those?
can old as hell.
I know about it.
Yeah, I have to send it.
I'll bet you this is an old deck.
I think it's
right?
daddy, but.
It's an old deck and they went out there to do a repair and the deck's falling apart.
No,
And
but
they
I
should have
have
probably
to-
tore it down and started over and she didn't want to.
Did that
I bet you
last-
money. I
Nice.
bet you money they.
Did that last?
If the foundation of a house isn't right, your house is gonna fall apart. If they didn't do the foundation right 20 years ago, the deck, I can go out there and repair it, and then that foundation moves, and it pulls everything apart.
And then I'll tell her.
She doesn't even know if this is wood or not.
I'm 90% that that's plastic.
No, but like this
There was a
railing.
product,
this
I
railing-
think Tom might have remembered, it was called EcoBoard.
Tom, she's
Did you
very
remember
excited.
EcoBoard about 10 years ago? Actually, EcoBoard, it was a pure plastic decking. And that decking grew and shrunk. It was like Trex, but it was called EcoBoard. They came out with it. Remember that name. Okay, the reason I say that is because they went bankrupt.
I need a.
It grew and shrank so
You
much
get a
it would push
referral
the
list
decks
by
off the
a
house.
10 and a 15. Need
She
leads.
doesn't need that. Look at this.
I need that script for
There's
need
no doubt.
leads. I found all the other ones. I don't know where you kept them, but you did have it.
It's moved the script or the actual.
I got the audio.
They
I
didn't
need
fix
the
foundation.
script. Need leads.
Oh,
But I
they
mean,
have to
this
have
is
her
wood.
transcribe them.
I don't know if I kept them.
I think they tried to caulk it.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Plumbline Services for plumbing, heating, and
Electric and drains. Right now, in this busy season for heating, they're doing free second opinions. Now listen, don't take that lightly, all right? If you're told you need a furnace right now, I hate to say this, but there's a good chance someone's lying to you. But maybe you do. And if you do, are you getting the best price? You know, Plumbline wants a shot at your business, but they really don't want you to get ripped off, and I asked them to do this for me, and they're doing it. By the way, if you do need a furnace and your air is more than 5 years old, any differential more than 5 years, you should replace both. But in any case, get a free opinion from Plumbline Services, and that's plumlineservices.com, 303-586-1086, 586-1086, 303-586-1086. Okay, let's keep going here. Adam's got a flooring question, and we have our buddy Mitchell here, and then we have Melinda who wants to talk about that deck. I looked at her photographs. Oh my God, Melinda. Adam, a quick question for Buddy. Go ahead, and then I'll go back to Melinda. We've been looking at these photographs.
Hey, good morning, Tom. Thanks for your time today. And
Yes,
Buddy as
sir.
well. Hey, we had a house built back in November, and they put Mohawk engineered hardwood in, the onyx maple. Ever since we've had it, it snap, crackles, and pops everywhere. So they sent the guy who installed it out, and he ended up top nailing in a lot of spots to sort of fix it, but it's still popping like a laminate floor almost would.
When you say pop, the
Yeah.
sound or movement?
Sound. It sounds like an 1800s hardwood store. If you
I know
will.
what you mean. I know
Yeah.
what you mean.
So I
That
didn't know if that's
popping, that
normal.
cracking. What is
Yeah.
that from, Buddy?
It's either they didn't nail the floor down properly, or the subfloor of the house wasn't built properly. It could be. I mean, you can say it's the flooring contractor's fault that it's moving, but if the plywood and the subfloor underneath it, the structure is moving, then the floor can floor can move. The reason you get popping most of the time is due to humidity changes. Do you have a whole house humidifier in your house?
Not yet.
Do you have? Well,
Then-
you may
then-
not want one, but
no, you
do want
if you
one?
have to if you have a solid wood floor and the floor is over 5 inches wide, and I'm pretty sure your onyx maple is over 5 inches.
Correct.
The Wood Floor Association, Colorado is high desert, and you go from 5% humidity in your house to 80% humidity in your house. That swing in humidity will make that even engineered wood grow and shrink. It'll grow and shrink less than solid, but it'll grow and shrink, and that'll be what the popping, where you're sitting there and you can hear the floor pop.
Yeah.
It's the floor growing or shrinking.
Can you get to your floor from underneath in the basement?
Yes. Well, not the subfloor, yes, but
Yeah, that's what I mean. Some people, good flooring people or carpenters, contractors, they can tell if that floor is moving by listening. If it turns out it's a subfloor, they can secure that from underneath, from the joist, without going through your floor. They can is it called toenailing, that angle they do?
Yeah.
Okay. They can toenail them. Another thing with carpeting and with some hardwoods, they can pull out certain sections, and then they have headless screws that go down and bury into the wood, and they can do it that way too. Even with hardwood, they can sometimes do that. Anyway.
When you get an inspection, if you turn in a claim to Mohawk, Mohawk will hire an inspector to come out and look at the floor to see if it's a manufacturing issue. 90% of the time, they're going to take a magnet, like a little ball with a magnet on it, and they're going to roll it on the joints of your floor. And as they roll it, it'll hit the nail, and the nail will stop the magnet. And they can determine how far apart the nails are when the guy put the floor in. If he secured it properly, it's like every 4 inches. And the specs are on the floor. You can look it up and say they need to nail it every 4 inches. If he nailed it every 8 inches, then it's an installer problem. And if the installer, they're going to have to tear the whole floor out and put it down in order for it to go away.
Yeah. So you'd recommend?
How bad is it?
Mohawk.
How bad is it?
It's bad. I mean, you wouldn't expect it for a 2018 brand new house, if you will. So
you don't have to go to Mohawk. You don't have to go to Mohawk. You can look up, and if you call my office, they'll give you the name of a really good inspection company.
How much does it cost?
About $300.
To inspect a floor?
Yeah, they'll come out to $200 to $300. They'll come out and they'll do an extensive, and they'll come out and they'll say, they'll say it's one of 3 things. Number 1, it's an install problem. Number 2, it's a manufacturer error. Or number 3, it's site related. And if they come out and you have 3% humidity in your house, they're going to say it's site related, but they'll also look at it and say it's site related and it's not installed properly, or it's site related and
you can correct it this way.
Or Mohawk made a bad product.
All right,
which,
so you can call Simply Floors Inc. Go to the website. You can call them and find out a floor contractor if you're inclined to do that. But if he calls Mohawk, won't they inspect it free?
They will inspect it free, but then they go back to the company if they installed it wrong.
Well, I know, but at least, yeah. So yeah. I would call Mohawk if it was me. Okay, back to Melinda. Melinda, you said, I had a deck done. How long ago was this deck done?
A month and a half.
And who did it?
Brian Matthews was Design Create.
Okay, Brian Matthews, Design Create. Now, we looked at this, and you said it was the caulking. It's not the caulking. The damn deck is built like crap. And I'm just going by those pictures you sent me. The reason the caulking isn't holding up, it's the Grand Canyon, that the gaps he's trying to cover.
Did he repair the deck or build a new deck?
He repaired the deck. So
hold on. What do you mean repaired it? How long ago was this deck built?
I don't know. Probably when it was first built. So the house was back in, I'm trying to think, maybe 98, 2000.
Okay, so what did you do to have it repaired? I don't understand. Thanks for clarifying it. I thought you were saying he built the deck. So what exactly did you hire him to do?
Well, I hired him because the deck was pulling away from the side of the house.
Okay, so hold on. This whole thing is jacked. It's not his fault. I don't know what he could have done, but let's see exactly. I need to know what your contract said. Does she have a contract she can send us? 303-713-TALK. We also have a nightmare house leaking problem and an update. Suze has an update. Do you have any more updates, Deputy Clint? 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. On the topic of homes again and saving money, Cam Solar. Look, we have an average of 360 days a year of sunshine. Do you know that? You can produce electricity in your home, and maybe your home doesn't produce as much as your neighbor, or maybe across town they do a better job. You'll know your lot based on your imagery, and Google has imagery, and there are some software programs that Cam Solar utilizes, along with weather charts, and they literally predict the amount of energy you will produce over 20 years, and then they guarantee it if you buy a system from them. They also guarantee parts and labor for 20 years. As with all warranties of any kind, of course, it's only as good as the company. Now, Cam Solar is a good, solid company, and no matter what, it's better than the warranties you're going to get from anyone else. And they're doing a great job. They have 3,000 systems in effect right now. If you want to see what your lot will do in electricity and freeze your rates right now, no money out of pocket, low monthly payments, that'll save you money from day one, go to this website. GoCamSolar.com/troubleshooter. Fill out the form. No obligation. GoCamSolar.com/troubleshooter for a free analysis of your lot.
Stairway volume down. The worst thing in the world happened to us.
Are you good with what we discussed on Excel? It's all good? I think it's a great deal. So we're going to be doing a couple spots for them each week.
And so they're going, oh my God, we have this nightmare. It's all different thicknesses.
Ungaged slate.
Yeah, ungaged slate.
Even try to repair it.
That's why it's cheap.
Yeah, well, it was free.
Yeah.
The whole pallet for free.
We got to talk about our app and what we're doing. I've been working on the insurance side.
I'd rather put something in. I
found a firm I don't like. I'm working with another one as far as the insurance part. But as far as a regular one,
it's called ungaged slate.
Yeah.
So we're still going through and changing stuff.
Okay.
I've got a whole list.
As long as you're doing that, that's fine.
I've got a whole list I got to sit down with you on real soon and knock out the exact verbiage.
What happens is life is
I'll do whatever you want, whenever.
Well, I don't know if it is, but I'm just
marketing
wondering.
No, what we need we need to get the adjuster signed up. That's really the part I'm lacking.
We failed an inspection.
Well, I mean, literally, that's what we need. Right, the rest of it's just wording.
The way they did that is they took a magnet.
Me and you can go through the wording. You can knock out the wording in probably an hour. And then we got to send it to them to hard-coded shit.
You put it down, and there's a tongue. You nail the tongue. If the guy doesn't put the nails close enough together, the floor can buckle.
Okay, I thought you were talking about the underlayment.
So if he's getting buckled. Now, the other thing is
this Charlene yours?
The other thing that they got.
God, it could.
House leaking problem.
Now we got a fourth name. Is that 1,600 part?
It just says Charlene Nightmare House Leaking Problem.
No, hers was apartment.
Okay.
Oh. The thing of it is if the subfloor underneath it, if the builder overspanned the TJI that makes the house and there's flex in it, then the floor on top can move and pop when you walk across it. I'm guessing the installer didn't put enough nails in it.
Because I did mine, and I put, I bet you every foot. And I have had
how wide is your floor?
2.5 or
okay.
2
5-inch board.
Oh, okay.
Right. You're nailing it down. Right? You have a 5-inch board. If that board gets a little bit of moisture underneath, it'll cup this way. Okay. If it gets too much moisture on top and dry underneath, it'll bow that way. Right. Okay, because this top part gets moisture, the bottom part doesn't, right? So it'll either hump or cup.
Right.
2-inch board you don't have to worry about.
Okay.
You put in a 5, 6, 7-inch wide board. That board, the pressure of that board is pushing it up, and as that pressure pushes it up, you're going to get the cupping, and they're going to come in. You got to remember, Mohawk wants it to be somebody else's fault because they don't want to pay. Because I'm doing a claim right now. We just did a claim for. I've got 2 claims going in. One, Mohawk, not Mohawk, it was a Shaw product. We put in the floor, and the veneer was thin, right? But it's a 9-inch wide board, beautiful. Homeowner loves it, right? The putty fill started coming out. The inspector goes over there, hired by Shaw, right? And he puts a magnet on that floor and starts rolling it. I said, well, why are you doing that? Because I'm there, because I want to make sure. He's like, I want to make sure it's installed properly, because if it's not installed properly, and the top of the board fails, Shaw will give you the money, the money for the floor, but they won't give you the money for the labor. But if you installed it properly, and I said that it's not cupping, there's no problems with it, you know, even if the nails aren't close enough together. Okay, so I just replaced the whole floor at my own cost, right? Because they came out and my installer didn't do it. So as soon as we found out that we didn't put enough nails in, the installer, I brought all my installers in, I sat down and I said, you're going to put a nail every 2 inches as far as I'm concerned. You know, I'll pay you extra for nails, right? Because they can, Mohawk can deny the claim. I mean, these warranties are written by lawyers of billion-dollar companies. They're going to deny the claim whenever they can, right? And so the problem with this floor was the veneer coming up. Shaw will do the same thing, right? I'm not saying Mohawk's worse. It's the veneer coming up. They're checking to make sure I installed it so they don't have to pay me for install. Because if they can find one little thing that I did wrong, they don't have to pay me the $5,000 that it's going to cost me to tear out the floor and replace it.
And this 8-inch plank, that's 3/4 inch hardwood?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
It's engineered. You can't put in that.
I thought the engineers all clip stuff.
Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center
is a place you go for both hearing loss and tinnitus. It's not just tinnitus. They have all of the latest model of hearing aids, and you get to try them out without any obligation if you're a candidate, of course, because they want to make sure you get the right one. Now, I know I talk about tinnitus a lot, but let's talk about hearing loss. They have the latest and greatest that they interact with your phone. Now, this is a good thing because you can program for certain situations, and it's just an amazing hearing aid. In fact, it's Widex and some other models, all the greatest. And there's no need to go online for this stuff, man. They have the great prices, value, and support. 303-534-0163. Helpforringing.com is the website. Clarkson and Hamden. Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center, 303-534-0163. This deck, Melinda, we need to see the contract, okay? I think it's way more than caulking, but the guy didn't build the deck. So basically, what do we hold him accountable for? I imagine those bad miters and corners and all that, they were like that before, right?
No, they were not.
Well, what do you mean?
He put a new railing on the deck.
I believe the foundation is moving of the deck. If he didn't fix the foundation, it looks to me like the foundation of the deck is moving. From the pictures. That's what I'm seeing. I built decks for like 10 years.
I sent pictures of the railing.
It's hard to find out. Here's what I'm trying to figure out. What did he do wrong and what was already wrong is what I'm getting at. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay, he told me that the railing was rotting and he was going to put a new railing on.
And is that the one with the big gap on it? That's his railing?
Yes. God. That is his railing. And then I said, the boards don't meet. Why didn't your son cut a new board? And he said, well, he just filled it in with caulk. And the gap was not that big originally.
What part of town are you in?
The gap was like less than ½ inch. I'm in Westminster.
Can you go see it, Deputy Clint? We need to have somebody look at this. Here's what we need to figure out. What did this guy do? And what did he do wrong as opposed to what was already there? Now, how much did he charge you?
For the
whole job on that deck.
The whole job, $750.
$750
for the work. $750 for the work he did, and he said that the deck, when he moved that, when he shaved the tree away from the deck, he said the deck would.
$750. He didn't charge you a lot. I don't even know what you were charged for. We got to see the contract and have Deputy Clint look at it. All right, Charlene, we'll get to you on that house leaking, and we'll talk about some tools we have to help that if you need that help to find it. Also, Patrick has a solution for the contractor and homeowner problems. More of this coming up on the Troubleshooter Show and Buddy Mitchell's SimplyFloorsInc.com.
I have a feeling that the foundation of the deck is moving. That is my feeling.
But right there when he said that, he filled it in because he didn't cut the board and he filled in the caulk.
But it also moved. It was filled in with caulk, and now it's pulled apart.
Right, but remember, and it looks like it did pull apart a little bit. This has only been a month.
But if you removed the tree and then the ground dried out,
Okay,
you're on bentonite. I'm telling you, the foundation is moving on that deck.
But what was he talking about? He shaved the tree. Didn't she say that? He shaved the tree?
But the tree could, if you shave the tree and the tree is pushing, you're going to go see it.
Maybe he's touching something, he shaved it away from the deck.
Shaved away, and now the tree is back moving the deck. I mean, like you said, I mean,
I'll bring pictures of my deck.
I am going to tell you this. I'm not trying to defend the guy. I'm just saying, I look at that picture and the corner of the deck fell and it split apart because it wasn't that far apart a month ago. So it's moving. The deck is moving.
There's no doubt it did move because of the caulk. You can see
and if he didn't do a repair on the foundation of the deck, it's going to move. If it's built shoddily. If you built the deck right, it's not going to move. But if you didn't build the deck right, and there's a tree there, and then you remove the tree, and then the ground dries out, and you're on bentonite, and the ground shrinks, and the caisson lowers. I'm not trying to defend the guy. I'm just saying.
You're defending the guy.
Until you go look at it. If I go look at it, I mean,
are you this guy?
No. I'll just say this: I built decks from 1992 when I was 20 years old until
Did she
30
ever
days.
send a contract?
Who?
Lisa, with her tree problem. Mesa with the trees that we had. She called in last week.
Mesa.
Troubleshooter show, please hold. Mesa.
My wife didn't want me to kill the tree.
Pardon me. I got her pictures. Did she ever send a copy of the contract?
The tree's growing, push the railing apart.
It's not in the same email as her pictures, and I couldn't find anything else from her. That's Mesa. It's just spelled Mesa.
Did I put what I put in the thing? Did I put did I say was going to send a contract?
No, but I heard you asking her for it, so I just wondered if you had a copy of it.
I do not.
Let's try to get this dead guy on.
Should I ask her? Should I go in there and ask her?
I don't even have her.
You're
on
ringing.
Yet. I pissed her tree guy off, so he's not coming on.
Hey,
I don't
Drew,
think.
put that on
I have
hold, please.
my tree experts looking at it.
He's got it.
You want to try to get the deck guy on before we look at it?
She was supposed to send it in.
The contract?
Yeah.
I mean, I sent the pictures to my tree guy saying, this is what she paid. Does it look like she got $2,700 worth of work done?
And then she had all the junk still laying around, right?
Well, that's why we need to see the contract, right?
Right.
To see if that price included cleanup.
Right. And the tree guy said.
I don't know that a tree guy generally cleans up.
Oh, I think they do.
Do they? An arborist?
Yeah.
Do they clean up after?
Oh, yeah.
Arborist.
So he always cleans up whatever he cuts down?
Yeah, that's part of the chipper.
Unless they make some kind of a deal.
Usually they bring a chipper out.
What my brother-in-law did for me is he charged me full price. You know. He came out, cut the tree down, took all the wood that I wanted from the tree, stacked it up, and then took all the limbs and branches and run it through a chipper.
That's a good
and then he
brother.
said, "Do you want the mulch? If not, I'll take them and recycle them."
At full price?
At full price, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Then he wanted a discount
I
on his
have to
floor.
know though, buddy, is this Karen's brother or one of your
My
siblings?
sister's husband. He's a great guy. I mean,
Your brother-in-law.
my brother-in-law.
Actually charged me more than other people.
Probably.
And then wanted
Because he knew I like the guy.
I like he wanted a discount on his floor after that.
Then he wanted a discount on his. Well, my sister wanted a discount.
Yeah, I might actually.
I tell you, some of these people.
You want to take I'm going to take a shot on a bank while it's way down.
Bank. I should sit down with you, Mark, and learn how to do that.
Ooh,
I'm going to do it.
10 years of talking about it.
You won't tell me.
I think it's 10 years of learning.
I bet it is.
I think I'm going to buy some BAC there, buddy.
I hate
We might feel the pain tomorrow, just so you know.
Okay.
Truly making a difference and enhancing Colorado communities.
But eventually, even if it's 10 years from now, I assure you it will go up.
Today at 4 on Denver's Talk Station.
I've got to run down and grab some paperwork. Does anybody need anything?
Is this with her contract?
No, it's for Catherine, the lady you gave me paperwork for yesterday, if we got a free line.
Coffee,
On my
coffee,
desk.
please.
Finally got her.
Do I get a tip?
Sure.
Fine,
Actually, I'll give you the whole thing. Oh!
lets you pick out granite from his yard or from anywhere. He does not mark up that granite at all. It's wholesale to you. Then he fabricates the countertop.
Just talking to some of these people and stuff, I can't imagine what you have to deal with.
All right, I'm doing it. I'm doing it, damn it.
I needed a vacation a couple of weeks back when I was gone, and those people were calling in, because you just get different.
Oh, the stories are just
different stuff, and you get so irritated.
See, I don't want to pull a dam though.
People are always trying to
It's down to 50 cents by the end of the day.
you know what? Like I say, I don't even. I thought I did good. Well, yesterday when I bought it and stuff, it dropped. I got to like 30 cents down, and then the whole market dropped out.
What'd you buy? Sears?
Where's Walmart sitting, by the way?
Well, Walmart was down yesterday.
Walmart always does good in downtime.
And that started out good, but everything. But
why are you calling this a downtime?
Well, because we dropped 1,500 points
in
in
4
4 days.
300 points, and by the end of the day,
Is
it was
that
down
because
800.
of Trump, since you give him all the credit? Does he get the blame?
No, it was the Feds.
Feds and
Well, the Feds
overreaction.
did something yesterday in the
It's
stock.
overreaction.
What did the Fed do yesterday? I know the stock market fell for some dumb reason.
I don't think they raised it.
Boy, they were down. Look where Walmart was a few days ago, 37.16. It's still a damn buy, man. It's 85 cents off today. Walmart is always good in down cycles. Everybody quits going to Macy and they go to Walmart. It's a fact of life.
Macy's, buddy. Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you the one that blew me away is that stupid Kmart. There's still a Kmart around.
Oh, buddy. My God.
God, did they try to hang on.
Attention Kmart shoppers.
Sears.
Blue light special.
Yeah, but at the time, they were.
Oh, they were
didn't
way
change.
bigger than Walmart.
They were the Walmart.
Way bigger.
Have you ever read the book From Good to Great? That's a really good book. It talks about different companies and how
they go from good to great.
How they go from good to great, right?
Is Walmart one of them?
Oh, yeah. The guy, I know the guy that wrote it. I don't know him personally, but I know his assistant. He lived in Boulder, or lives in Boulder, I think. And his assistant, he told me about this guy and how he wrote the book and how good it was. And then he because he worked with this guy, he decided to follow his dream. So he made a movie. He wanted to direct a movie, and he made a movie called Cartel.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down, and I do appreciate you being around.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by Ideal Home Loans. For your next Ideal Home Loan, if you're looking to get a loan, Ideal can do it. You don't have to go back to 30 years, but you want to get a lower rate, you can go to 18, 17, 24, 23. Hey, here's the deal, though. Interest rates might be creeping up. You're nervous. They have an interest rate guarantee. If you refi or buy, since you might be buying right now, right? Get a pre-approval. That's like a cash deal. It really is. And when you close, if rates go down or you refinance, and rates go down over the next 2 years, even by 0.75%, you'll be refinanced free of all lender fees. I'm a consumer advocate, Tom Martino. We do this show where we make referrals. We also help you with problems, questions, and complaints. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. That's 867-7000, or IdealHomeLoans.com. And you know, Frank was in here the other day, Frank Duran, the real estate man. If you are going to do buying and you want to put in an offer, let Frank write it. You'll find out. I talk about how he sells homes quicker and for more money, but when it comes to writing up offers, he knows how to negotiate on that end too, especially when you have a pre-approval from Ideal. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. As I said, you'll never do any better, 303-920-1622. We've been talking about this shoddy deck. She hired him to fix it up. We're going to have somebody go look at it. There's really nothing we can do for her beyond that. We have to look at it. And Patrick says he has a solution. Which solution, what problem are you referring to, Patrick?
I'm referring to all homeowners or even renters. Whenever you hire somebody to come in to do a job, sometimes I listen to your show all the time. I hear that, you know, the work doesn't get done correctly, or that the workmanship is pretty shoddy. I've been in the carpet business for over 25 years, and one of the things that I've noticed is, as a contractor, we put in 10 bids, and out of those 10 bids, we might get 3 or 4 of those. And out of that, we have to increase our prices to ensure we cover our costs. Well, one of the things that I'm working on is an app that basically works as a middleman, so that way it can bring costs down for contractors.
Give me an idea of what you mean. I'm not sure what the app does. Tell me about it.
So basically what the app does is the homeowner can get on there, put in the information that they need, such as I need a refrigerator repaired, or I need my deck fixed, or I need
okay, and then
my house fixed.
And then what?
And then contractors can bid on that.
Yeah,
now,
there's a million apps that do that.
There's a million apps that do that. Yes.
Right.
But the thing is that all those apps that are out there that do that I found, they all want high prices out of the contractors and out of the homeowners.
What are you talking about?
To do that.
What are you talking about? I don't understand what you're saying, Patrick. I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I have no idea what you're talking about. That there are so many apps, I can't count them, where you go on and put down what you want, and there's two models. People will get back to you. A number of them will get back to you, sometimes too many, or you get to pick one. Would that come up after your selection? So what part am I missing? What are you doing differently?
What I'm doing differently is that the app is going to work as a middleman between the homeowner and the contractor.
In what way?
In what way? If the homeowner is dissatisfied with the work, the contractor will be held liable to fix it before being paid full.
No, I understand. You're going to do ACHing and you're going to withhold payment, but who's going to administer this? Look, we do that on the referral list all the time. Somebody says, I'm not paying because we don't like it. We get on with the contractor. We spend hours and hours and hours when this happens. It doesn't happen often because pre-screening is important. But what I'm saying is you can't do it with an automated app. In other words, unless unless it's like PayPal, where, for example, the homeowner must hit approved before the contractor is paid, something like that. But what if it's unfair? What if it's a homeowner? We sometimes get complaints from people, and they're a major pain in the ass, or they lie to us. So what do you do about that?
Again, that's where we'll have a third party that will go out to inspect to see if the contractor did do the work. You really will. You're gonna
take this on, because I know what it takes, having done this, or we're doing it right now. We send people out. And how much do you charge for this service?
I'm going to charge a very small administrative fee of 5%.
And you think, first of all, getting people to pay an extra 5% might be like pulling teeth, but even then, I think you're going to go under, because it's not going to be enough. If you take a $10,000 job, all right, you're going to charge $500. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. So I don't think, this is my hunch. I don't know, Patrick. I don't know of a homeowner who will spend an extra $500 for this service. I don't know of any, because they could literally get an attorney for that and have an attorney do an escrow. So listen, I love entrepreneurs, by the way, and I want to encourage you. But the reason I'm saying this is so you're not disappointed and you start considering this stuff. $500 sounds like a lot of money. It's not a lot of money for major stuff. It is a lot of money on a $10,000 job. Believe it or not, people would say, I'm not paying $500 for that. Not if they can get an attorney to do it. But here's the other thing. If you charge $500 for that, you should have a minimum threshold for sure. Like, I wouldn't even bother doing jobs under $5,000 if I were you, because otherwise it's a pain. Did you ever consider having a threshold?
What do you mean by a threshold?
Don't bother getting involved if it's not $5,000 or more, because that's a $250 fee.
Okay.
I mean, this is my opinion, Patrick, because do you want to be running around for a $1,000 job because you're getting $50?
Well,
because you're going to have more problems. You're going to have more problems with small jobs than you do with big ones. I am telling you, by the way, from actuarials, I'm telling you from doing this 40 years with a referral list and with mediating problems, that most problems don't come from the big contracts. They come from the little ones. And you're talking about manpower. It's not easy to get on the phone and mediate between a homeowner and a contractor and saying, well, you know what, I'm not paying because of this. And then you say to the homeowner, but that's not reasonable. What if the homeowner says, screw it, I'm still not paying? And then the contractor says to you, hey, bud, you guaranteed payment. You know, if I use the app or if we both use this app and now the homeowner's not paying. I'm telling you, man, it is a major problem to try to insert yourself in the transaction. That's the part of it that's why these other people haven't done it. That's why but you have a ton of these apps. And again, I'm not trying to beat you up. I'm just trying to bring up to you the enormity of the responsibility you want to take up, because it's going to be a lot harder than you think. Catherine, I'm sorry. This is Charlene. Charlene, what's happening with your leak?
I need your help.
Okay, what's going on?
We use your referral list all the time.
Well, then we're going to help you. We'll help you anyway. Go ahead.
And it's for my dad. My
Okay.
dad is currently battling stage 4 cancer. I've been helping him, and I noticed that there was a leak in the kitchen.
Okay.
And to find out the leak was from the refrigerator, the line, the ice line.
God, they're terrible, these ice makers. Okay.
Well, it apparently has been going on so long that they've actually had to gut the kitchen. I mean, there's no floor, there's no cabinet.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Well, I don't know how much of that was necessary, but I will tell you that they can be pretty damn bad. So anyway, What is the problem?
Okay, so we have to get, there's asbestos in the wall.
Oh,
And
no.
we have to get an abatement. My problem is I'm on my own. I'm taking care of this on my own. We've gone through the insurance. I know nothing, Tom. I'm getting bids, and these bids are coming in from $3,000 to $1,000. And people are, all wanting to help me, but they, I don't want to get taken.
Who are you getting bids from?
Like I got asbestos bids from asbestos abatement.
I don't know if you need, for certain square footages and stuff, you don't need a special abatement company.
Well, they're saying that I needed one.
Who's they?
So then the insurance company and the ServPro, who is the mitigation company, said I needed a asbestos team. So I'm doing
Are you
that.
paying, is your insurance paying for this?
My insurance is paying for this.
Good.
But my problem is, they're like, here's all the contracts, Charlene, choose which one to use. Well, I don't know. I have no knowledge about any of this stuff. And then they're kind of like, you need to get a contractor, you need to get a flooring person.
Well,
Again,
first of all, if you get one general contractor, they should handle everything. They can handle abatement and everything.
Mark.
Well, you would think, but everybody I've called, nobody can do
Mark
it.
Szymanski can. Mark Szymanski at Genesis, Total Exteriors. He can, if you tell him, now I'm not sure how busy he is when he gets you in, but he will take care of it all. Now, he won't do it personally or his company, but he has people he has worked with, and that's the way I would go about it. Don't we still have AAA too? We have a lot of good contractors, and they will sub it. And why would you take that on? If I were you, I would never take it on, and I'll tell you why. If you are the point of contact and the contractor says, well, the abatement guy did this wrong, or the abatement guy says, well, the contractor shouldn't have done this, that's a nightmare for you, and you don't have the experience. So you want a general that takes the responsibility, and then under his generalness, if that's a word, you do it.
Wouldn't you get a restoration company?
Well,
isn't that what they do?
Yeah, that's what restoration companies do. But see, here's a problem. Restoration companies are, in my opinion, is a license to pay more for the exact same service you get from a contractor.
Except that they take care of all of it.
Well, of course they do, but so does a good contractor. A restoration company usually comes in at the point of the disaster, restores it, stops it, they stop the bleeding, they make temporary repairs, then they make permanent repairs. They usually do all of that way more expensive than you can have it done by contractors in each of those fields. In fact, they're almost abusively priced.
I agree.
Because they know they can get it from insurance.
Right, they know how to work the insurance system.
And I suspect ServPro might be terribly overpriced. I would be probably shocked at the bill she's going to get from them. You know, when they leave a fan in there, do you know you pay by the hour per fan? Even overnight, everything. Every hour that fan is there, you're paying for it.
Well, here's my other problem, Tom. So then, in the meantime, I go into the basement, and I notice that there's a trickle of water in the basement.
A leak, yeah.
I start doing research, and I'm looking,
Yeah.
and it's actually coming up from the floor, the ground.
This is totally different then.
This is
and your insurance isn't going to pay for that. You got that's a separate issue. That is a separate issue.
And so, my problem is, who do I call?
Well,
I call.
Well, you have two different problems. First of all, okay. First of all, you got two different problems. What you have to do for the first one is get a good general contractor. And I told you they are on the referral list. I really mean this, and we can help you handpick it if you want to call after the show, or we get your number. We'll help you handpick. The other one is you need an engineer for the water problem first. After that, then we pick someone else. If you want some hand holding, honest to goodness, Charlene, get her number and we'll do some hand-holding, okay? We really will. 303-713-TALK. Listen, we got to take this break, but Todd says he's got some feedback on that app the guy recommended, which is really not unique. I mean, it's a cross between PayPal and, you know, all these other pick-your-contractor thing, all right? People love getting in on that pick-your-contractor, except they don't realize the enormity of the responsibility. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We have a pick your personal injury attorney on referralist.com, John Fuller, Fuller Law. John Fuller is your expert to call for free information anytime you're injured. I know that sounds too good to be true, and you're saying, he just wants to sign me up. You'd be surprised. If anything, he signs up a minority of the people that call because he tells them, look, you don't have a case, or your case, you can do this, this, and this. You don't need me. Or it's not worth that much money. Or there's nowhere to collect. He's going to be honest with you. He'll answer all your questions even before you hire him. Really. In fact, he insists on getting a bunch of questions and answers before he's engaged. If he does take the case, that's when you pay only if he collects for you. John Fuller. There is no downside, in my opinion, with John Fuller. His website is personalinjuryco.com. He's also at referralist.com. Here's his number. And he even answers on weekends. 303-597-4500, 597-4500.
What's that? Your lead-ins, the commercials this week. We play the others.
You should have asked her if she had a sump pump.
Who?
The lady.
It's an old house. It's a really old house, I'm guessing. It's just falling apart. I know those restoration companies. They come to me and they want me to give them 35%. And I don't have. I make 30%. That's my average gross margin on a job is 30%, and they're wanting 35. So they want me to go in and mark everything way high.
My wife and I got really screwed by a place called Colorado Cat.
Oh yeah.
We had a
Serve Pro's one of the big ones, and then Service Master.
You know, the largest company in the world is Paul Davis. Paul Davis Restoration. They're the largest contractor in America.
Do you know what? Restoration is a license to print money.
I've been having they come to me and they say that the average restoration company does $5 million a year worth of work.
Look at Kanye West and Trump.
And 30%.
Did you hear what CNN called him?
What?
Kanye?
What?
The token Negro.
Jeez, who did?
They said that on air.
They're so full of shit.
He's the token Negro.
They said that.
That's racist.
Yeah,
well, she's a black
That's
lady who
racist
said
as it
They're
gets.
saying he doesn't have any. He can't.
They're calling him an Uncle Tom, basically.
Yeah, just because they don't agree with him.
Right. But that's
Have you ever seen
CNN. Whoever listens to CNN, that is absolute crazy.
Whoa, that was
They actually said that.
They said that. They called him the token Negro.
the door doesn't make any sound when you come back in.
That's insane.
But I'll never forget that time in his news conference. He says, we have diversity. Where's my Negro? Where is he? There is look it up. Where's my Negro? Look it up. That quote. Trump. Where's my Negro?
You know what? Now that he says that,
he said it in a news conference, and
No, I remember what you're talking about. It wasn't that, though. I do remember.
It was a rally. It was a rally, and he said, "Where's my Negro?" There he is. There's my Negro. That's what he
No.
said. What do you mean, no?
I'm looking it up. Did Trump say...
There's my Negro. And before you do it, now this is dinner. You want to do dinner? Say yes or no right now, guys. Witness this. No, he's looking to be sure first. He definitely said, "There's my Negro."
No, you're wrong on that.
He did say it.
Here it is, though, from CNN. The thing is, CNN panel mocks Kanye West as Trump's token Negro. Don Lemon laughs. Don Lemon is the black. He laughed about it when she said...
Is that black guy the one that was like...
Don Lemon.
That one guy that the night of the election said, "This is a dark time for America."
No, this is a white lash? No, that's not him.
Oh, he was terrible.
Oh, yeah. He was part of the one that cried. He didn't cry.
You can't... I'm telling you, I can't even find anything.
Mark, please. Please. I not only heard it, I looked it up recently. There's my Negro.
No, here's the one you're talking about. Damn it, I should have bet lunch.
No, you didn't. Mark, it's
Look at my African-American over there.
Okay, sorry. That's right.
That's a big fucking difference.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Okay, you're right. He didn't say Negro. There's my...
Dinner! You guys heard it!
You didn't agree to it. By the way,
damn it!
Don't you think that is like saying, "There's my Negro, there's my African"?
No.
Oh, Mark.
I don't.
Yeah, it was still racist.
Jesus Christ.
And I like
Listen, I'm not even arguing that. Are you saying one's not worse than the other?
Oh, yes, I agree with that.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I'm just
Well, I think they're both pretty sad.
Well, you know what?
They're
His
bizarre.
daughter, before Trump got elected, she said, "My dad's an equal opportunity offender." Trump. Ivanka or whatever. She goes, he offends everybody.
That's probably a pretty
She
valid...
goes, he offends everybody.
I can't think anybody
He
hasn't
doesn't.
offended.
He doesn't. He's not racist. He'll call a black man an idiot.
No, you're
and
right.
He'll call a white guy an idiot.
No, you're right.
He'll call
I
a
don't
Mexican
think
an
he's
idiot.
racist at all. I don't think he's racist
Not
at all.
one.
And I don't think he's sexist. Believe it or not.
I think what
he's an
you
idiot
just said
for everyone.
He definitely was a playboy, though. No
So
doubt.
what?
Dan Jones is the one that said that.
Who's considered one of the greatest presidents ever?
Kennedy.
Right. Was he a playboy?
No.
I mean,
Not that we
Marilyn
knew.
Monroe.
Not that we knew at the time.
But you didn't know.
But if Trump got the coverage the Kennedys got, holy shit, he'd be president of the world by now.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. We've got some lines open at 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Joseph A. Lazara. Mark told me something yesterday I couldn't believe, and then Mark verified it. I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad that I didn't bet him lunch or dinner, because anyway, he doesn't pay up anyway. But he said Lazara does a one price.
You owe me like 47 lunches.
Flat rate pricing, Joe Lazara. Did you know that, Mark? Yesterday you clarified it. So that means...
Someone sent us a thank you. I can't believe this guy got me, I'm going to say it, got me out of a DUI,
now,
and he charged a flat rate.
I want to make this straight about DUI. We're not encouraging drinking and driving, and you got to get through the system, guilty or innocent. Some people are falsely accused or something went wrong. Sometimes they don't do it right, or sometimes you want to say, look, I'm guilty, let's get through it. You still need an attorney, all kinds of deadlines, two things going on, a criminal and a civil, both in the same offense. Did you know that when you get a DUI, it's criminal and civil? Some people take care of one and not the other. And did you know that the motor vehicle department doesn't have to abide by whatever the criminal thing is? You can be found not guilty on the criminal side and have a backlash, have a problem on the civil side. So here's what we're going to do. Give out Joe's number and tell you this. Here's the bottom line. He will handle your case, and he does it at a flat rate. He'll give you that up front. He does everything on a flat rate, okay? If you go to court, it changes from flat rate to another charge, but it's a drastic discount for Martino listeners, including a $500 discount right off the bat. 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200. And that's Joe Lazara on a referral list at referralist.com. Sharon's got some noisy neighbors. Catherine's got a problem with a contractor. And Suze has an update. Now, Suze, we started with Catherine, didn't we? Did you say you had some paperwork? That was off the air. We talked, right? With
Yes, Dan
okay.
should have given you the paperwork.
All right, this is I don't know if I have it, but I'll talk to her. So, Catherine, what is the problem with the contractor?
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
Well, he walked off essentially and took $21,000.
How the hell did that happen?
Well, I'm embarrassed.
Is his name Joseph?
Yes.
Gallegos?
Yes.
And what's the name of the company?
It's his business card says Joseph's Earth Art Builders.
Okay,
But
how'd
he's
you
not a
find
real
him?
company.
How'd you find him?
He was a recommendation from it was his daughter that recommended him. She's an acquaintance of mine.
Okay. I can see where you can be sucked in by that. Now, what was the problem? First of all, why did you hire him?
To remove and replace an existing Trex porch that was flaking.
Okay, what else?
And then to add on a solid roof and a
Okay.
small portion of a pergola.
All right, so now, to me, it looks like he did a pretty good rendition of what he was doing. Like, it's not like some fly-by-night. It doesn't look like that. Is this all his paperwork with the diagrams and everything?
Mostly, yes.
Okay, so...
well, it's also City of Aurora. They added in some of the
Did he
specifications.
require a down payment?
Yes.
How much down?
$14,000.
And why did you do that? You just thought it was standard, right?
I did. The materials only added up to just about $10,000.
Now, you're sure of that on material?
According to his estimates.
Okay,
Tom,
hold on
yeah.
a sec. So how did you get up to 20-something thou and he walks away? How'd that happen?
So I paid him the $14,000, and he started.
Yeah.
He removed and then started to frame the porch back.
Okay.
That's when we started having issues because it wasn't.
What was your first
for
issue?
The sketch. The first one was he wasn't removing the debris. I still have half of a hot tub out there.
If you had to put a percentage on the job.
About 30% is
Done?
maybe.
Done?
But it's not done correctly.
Okay. But, okay, no, I understand. But in his mind, he would say he's 30% done, or would he say he's all done?
He would not admit to being done.
No, but he would acknowledge it's not done, right?
Right.
Okay. And so 30% done, and of that 30%, it all has to be redone?
According to some contractors that came out yesterday, they pointed out some issues that wouldn't pass city inspection.
Okay. So you paid him so far 14 plus. Another 6,000?
7,000.
Yeah, plus 7. Okay. So what does he say? Is he coming back, or do you not want him back? Tell me what else.
No, he you know, when I approached him on this for another time on the issue with the framing not matching the sketch that you're probably looking at.
Yeah.
He essentially, you know, threw his hands up and said, out of context, I'm leaving, you know, I can't believe you're throwing me off your property, and I can't believe you won't let me finish the work. And I explained to him then, I'm not kicking you off my property. I would like for you to fix it before you continue, because at this point now he's cutting Trex.
All right, so what do you want?
I want my money back.
He doesn't have that money. It's
I
gone.
know.
You know that. And he probably doesn't have a pot to piss in, as they say. This guy's probably living paycheck to paycheck and probably owes people money up and down. I mean, seriously, this is the same old story. Same old story. Did you ask for your money back?
Yes.
What did he say?
He said that I wouldn't get it because he, you know, paid himself up front.
Of course he did.
And
What's his phone number?
It's 719-359-6467.
If you take him to court, you won't get anything, probably, right?
I don't know. I've been talking with a lawyer. I have a meeting later today just to go over everything.
It's going to cost you $5,000 to get started with an attorney. You know that, right?
You know, if for principal alone,
so you get a judgment against this guy. Let's say best case scenario, you put another $5,000 in legal fees, and you get a judgment. Now what? Does he have anything? Do you think?
No. I looked up his property or his business address in public records, and
what?
And I don't know. It doesn't look like really a business at all. Not that it has.
He's in Colorado Springs, but you're in Aurora.
Yes.
Okay.
He said he works up here all the time.
And his daughter is the one that's referred him?
Yes.
What do you say to the daughter? What did you say to her?
I haven't said anything to her yet. I don't know where she is. She was really just an acquaintance.
Okay. This is terrible. I fear the worst all the time on these. I do. I really fear the worst, and people just fall for this every time. I just wish that they would call us first or use referralist.com.
Did she write him a check or pay with a credit card?
I doubt this guy takes credit cards. Catherine, how'd you pay him? How'd you pay him?
The first $14,000, I wired it to him because he said his bank wouldn't cash it. The second was a check, the $7,000. But you know, the priority now is I really can't even get out my back porch. It's just a bunch of boards. It's all trashed.
Let's call him, okay? We're going to call him 719-359-6467. We got to talk to the guy. This is a serious problem. And if he's willing to come on, that would be really good. Okay, Joseph, here he is. Mr. Gallegos, thank you very much for coming on. We appreciate that. Are you there, sir?
Hello?
Hey.
Yes, I am.
Okay, I appreciate you coming on. I just need to ask you, do you know about this job with Catherine Brown?
Yes, I do.
Are you willing to finish if she wanted you to? I don't know if she does, but I mean, in other words, we got a problem here because she says we don't know this. We didn't see the job, but she said you only did about 30% and it's really bad.
You know, when I started this job, you know, I had to draw up a set of plans.
Yeah.
And everything.
I saw them. I saw the plans. They look good.
Yeah, and she approved them.
Okay.
So, and then we took the plans to the building department.
Yeah.
And they approved them.
Yeah, we got all that. Yeah.
So when I build this thing, I have to go exactly what the plan says.
So where's the problem? Can you hold on a sec, if you could? I'd like you to tell me where the hang-up is and see what we can do. I mean, really, this is a lot of money. And, Joseph, I doubt you still have the money, and I doubt that she's going to get it back, and I'm wondering what we can do. Something. Hold on a sec, all right? 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We're going to talk about this in a little while. Just hang on, and we'll have Mr. Gallegos, Joseph Gallegos, on to talk about his side of the story. But first, I want to tell you about tonight. There are a few seats left in this seminar up in Broomfield for Centeno Schultz, Living Stem Cell Therapy. Tonight in Broomfield at 6 o'clock. Call this number, 303-963-9201. I'll give that number out in a minute. There's no more, there's no reason not to go. If you're looking at stem cell therapy for pain, for arthritis, for painful joints, hips, knees, elbows, whatever, that you really need to talk to these guys or at least listen to their presentation. They're one of the few clinics that truly are doing real stem cell therapy. There are more rip-offs in this area than anywhere. Oh my God, I can't even tell you all the rip-offs. Mostly chiropractors and health clinics, you know, that say they're doing living stem cells, and they're not. Centeno Schultz is the real deal. Please go see him or call him directly for an evaluation. Their seminar's tonight, the 11th. CentenoSchultz.com. They're on the referral list, 303-963-9201, 963-9201.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630.
Man, they spent a couple hours.
And they'll tell you if they can help or not.
Yeah, they're going to do one shoulder.
So this Joseph said he got it approved by the home builders, but he had never even pulled a permit. So I don't know, are the home, it might have been an HOA or something, but not the
building department.
You said he got it from the building department.
She said here that he'd never done
well, it was either permitted or not.
It's pretty easy to find out if it's permitted or not.
She had pulled a permit.
You know, believe it or not, well, if there's a permit on the job, whether he pulled it or she pulled it, that's water under the bridge.
The other problem is that she may have wanted it to come out 12 feet, and the homeowners association said it only could come out 10 feet, so he built it to 10 feet.
I don't know why this guy would go through all these details like he did. It doesn't seem like to me it just doesn't look like the shabby fly-by-night.
No, I think
not that matters. I mean, I guess you could do that just to get your money up front, but
he came on, he sounds pretty good.
and like I say, this is the second start. She said, he's already put 14,000 in labor. That's what she said.
We could have this job evaluated by somebody.
Isn't Moses down there?
Is it in the Springs?
Oh, who's in Colorado Springs?
I think this guy is.
Moses.
Moses?
No, I think it's Joseph is.
Yeah, this Joseph is, but the job is in Aurora.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
Okay, we own a bunch of Walmart and BAC. I'm done with my shopping spree for the day. Nothing like dropping $400,000.
Is anybody else getting tired of the gloom?
Should we? I was just a little, because I want to go flying. That's about it. Other than that, I don't mind it.
I don't mind it.
Does anybody?
You can fly in this, so can't you?
Yeah, this we can. Yeah.
I had my sprinklers blown out today, so I'm pretty happy.
You had them blown
Hey,
out
should
today?
we invest in SFI or is that a bad idea?
What was SFI?
SFI, Simply Floors Inc. SFI.
None of the dumbasses.
I wish you guys would get something going in the Springs, man. I get so many people.
What about the guy from our buying group that's down there?
Buddy, I mean, excuse me, what's his name?
I don't think we ever talked about it.
We had a big,
I've left a message.
what is the big one we had down there we used to do? We had a flooring contractor down there.
Oh, yeah, they had the 3 retails. The, what's it called?
This is a little lady.
What's the name
Her name's
called?
Cecilia. She's a great company down there. I think it's Carpet and Mart.
Is she about your price?
Oh yeah, they're great.
I'll call her again. I know I left a message for her.
You know they
Or
a
you
lot of
did.
these a lot of these people they don't believe in advertising. You know, they spend their money.
So stupid.
Have you talked to her about it? How well it works for you?
They're here. You want to go Facebook Live it?
Oh, yeah.
Daphne has the oxygen.
Set it on.
The gentleman who needed the oxygen tank.
I'd like to do it with us here too.
You want me to go down there and do okay.
You want me to do that?
I
You
think
want
we
to
should
do it
bring
in
him
here?
up.
You want to go back and forth.
Yeah, saying you live while we're on the air.
Right there.
Why not bring him in and just do it in studio? I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever you want. What do you want to do?
Anyway.
But if you're going live while we're going live, I'm saying I'd like to get you live on this show. In other words,
I can't do it.
Can't we switch to your feed for our radio?
You know what I could do? I could have him record me live while I'm talking to you on his phone.
Yeah.
That I could do.
Well, please know you're not alone. So you can
I
do
can't
it
be as
live.
animated because
But you can do it live.
I was going to go down and go live.
Okay, while you're on the air.
Yeah, I
On
could.
your
That's
cell
what I'm
phone.
saying. I can call you. Yes. Let's go do it that way. Bring your phone because I'll use your phone to call.
Call Suzanne and let's get this done. Okay, I'll do the mics.
So you'll just call, get Suzanne on the back line.
No more excuses, no more denials. Get the help you need. Some health insurance covers the cost. Call today for a free no-obligation consultation. The Raleigh House, 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559. Okay, I'm discreping this Raleigh House. There's no way we're going to beat them up for 2 on a show when they're not even sure they want to stay. I'm not doing that. I'm just not doing it.
The Consumers Real Estate Show, Saturday mornings at 8 on 630 K-House.
I'm Tom Martino for Ideal Home Loans. They have the rate guarantee. If rates go down, they will refinance you free. Charge 303-867-7000. Check out their pre-approval. It's like a cash offer. Already approved. Not pre-qualified, approved. All you need is the appraisal. 303-867-7000. 867-7000. Equal opportunity lender regulated by DORA. NMLS 136756. For terms and conditions, call 844-45-IDEAL.
Denver's Talk Station, 630 K-How.
You know, I don't understand this. Maybe Buddy wants to weigh in as a businessman. And I think I know the theory, but Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair has this offer. If you have a transmission problem, and just by the way, to find out, you go to them and they're going to do 1 hour free diagnostics no matter what you bring in there, okay? But it's a cursory diagnostics. Yeah, they'll put it on the machine and stuff, but they don't break into it for that 1 hour free diagnostics. But listen to this one. If you suspect or they suspect you have a transmission problem and you're inclined to get it fixed unless it's prohibitive, they'll tear apart the transmission free with no obligation to get it fixed. Meaning, they'll tear apart the transmission, they'll look at it, and they'll break it down into how much it'll cost to get fixed. You're not going to be charged for that teardown. So no matter what, getting it fixed is going to be cheaper than if you went somewhere else. But here's how good they are. If you decide, okay, I will get it fixed, but not by you. The teardown is still free. They'll put the stuff in a box, and you take your car and the parts somewhere else. Free. If you decide to have them fix it, great. If you decide it's cost prohibitive and you're not going to have anyone fix it, then you can take your car away. But what about the rare circumstances? I don't see why this would happen, but it's cost prohibitive, but you still want the car put back together. They'll do that at a reduced charge, very reduced charge, and they'll negotiate that up front before they tear it apart. Do you see a downside to this, buddy? I don't.
No.
I think that Budget A1 is saying, look, people are afraid. So if I give this to them free, they're most likely going to get it fixed. But even if they don't, the reason probably they don't get it fixed, it's not worth fixing. That's the only reason you wouldn't get it fixed, right? I mean, if you're going to keep your car, or you're going to take it somewhere else. So either way, they don't have to worry about putting it back together. They just give it to the consumer and you're off. But as I said, if they fix it, of course, it's great. If they don't fix it, but you still want to put back together, that's a price they will give you up front. So I don't see a downside, man. I just don't. This, and Mark Machowski's a good guy. So here it is. It's Budget A1 transmission and auto repair, a free teardown and inspection. 303-781-9858. 303-781-9858. They're on Santa Fe, just south of Dartmouth. Now, they do general auto repair, too. And remember, 1 hour free diagnostics for anything. I wish I had thought of that special. I want to go back to Joseph Gallegos, Joseph's Earth Art Company, or whatever it's called. I said in the beginning when I saw his contract, it doesn't look like a fly-by-night. Now, I'm not saying the guy's great. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not making a judgment here. I see the contract, and, man, it is detailed. It is professional, and it just looks like he meant to do business here. She said, I don't want the guy. He's not doing a good job. He only got 30% done. And I'm wondering, Joseph, why are some contractors saying, according to her, that what you did is not good anyway, what you did. I'm going to bring her up, too. I want this to be civil. Catherine, did you really have contractors tell you that what Joseph did so far has to be redone?
Some of it does, yes.
Some of it. But
yes.
Did they say it was beyond repair? In other words, Catherine, what would be the downside since you have a contract? He already has a good part of the money. What's the downside of letting Joseph continue?
I don't know that he knows how to fix it, Tom.
Joseph? Now let him talk. Joseph, go ahead. Your turn.
Yes. Anyway, for one thing, there was $21,000 involved, but she gave me $14,000 to start the job.
Right.
And most of that went into materials.
Okay.
And labor.
Okay.
So and then let's say a month and a half into the job, she gave me another $7,000.
Yeah.
So nothing was ever said or wrong.
Okay.
She was happy with everything up to that point.
What happened? What went wrong, man? What went wrong?
I honestly, I really don't know.
Are you still willing to work?
Yeah, I told her, I go, I want to finish this job. I go, I don't know what the problem is. I go, I've been in this business for over 40 years doing this stuff, and I've never had this happen to me before.
What is can you tell me how much is left to do as far as money-wise? How much is the contract for?
The contract for the part that she wants done is for $24,000.
So she only owes another $3,000?
Plus what I had left. And anyway, the only thing left to do on there was the roof part. I had everything else pretty much done, and I would have had all done hadn't she came that day. I don't know what happened. She just came in. She was wearing her Army uniform. She came in. She started yelling at me, saying that I wasn't giving her what she wanted. And I said, "What are you talking about?" And she kept saying that, and I didn't understand. I said, "Well, according to the plans, according to everything that you've said, I've done it all." I go, I don't know what more you want. So and the way she was yelling at me and screaming at me, I honestly thought that I was in the Army, and I felt like jumping down, doing sit-ups and push-ups, everything. I'm serious.
Listen,
I didn't know what was going on.
Listen, it seems a shame to assume you're going to do it bad and not let you finish, and you're willing to finish. Catherine, is this, is this impossible?
I started bringing up issues shortly after he started.
I understand.
If you look at the sketch, it's not consistent with what he's building. It's almost 3 feet short of the side of the house.
Is it short, Joseph?
No, it isn't. That's what I tried to explain to her.
All right.
What we were doing, how it was going, and she wouldn't even listen.
All right, hold on a sec. We got to go on a break, and then Mark's standing by with a live shot, but we got to take this break. So you just have to hang on, and then Mark's got a very, very special report. I want to tell you about David Salisbury, an attorney at law that is at your disposal to answer questions about probate, wills, estate planning, trusts, anything to do with what we call inevitable law. If you need help immediately, call him. Now, David does flat rate pricing as well when it comes to wills, starting at like $500 or $600. He does trust for around a couple grand. He does great work, and he doesn't mind quoting you prices. Call him about all of this kind of law. Everyone should have a will, and trusts are a great tool. Give him a call, 720-493-3911, 720-493-3911.
This report is brought to you by Farmers Insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
The highway drive in the Denver area in pretty good shape right now. No new stalls or accidents being reported on the highways. A couple of slow spots to watch out for. Northbound I-25 approaching Alameda, a bit stop and go there. Southbound I-25 slow downtown between I-70 and Colfax. A little bit of delay on the westbound side of I-70 in the elevated portion as well. Otherwise, the freeway system in pretty good shape in the Mile High City. The weather forecast could be a slight chance of showers this afternoon with a high near 45 tonight. Showers early, then partly cloudy overnight with a low around 36. Tomorrow, sunny, warmer, a high near 60. Right now, overcast skies in Denver, and we're sitting at 37. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
From a massive cactus falling on a home to a deer dancing on a car's hood, we've covered it. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
If you're looking for replacement windows, K&H Home Solutions. I've known Ted Rowland 25 years or more. This company has more than a 60-year heritage. K&H Home Solutions used to be K&H Windows, and they were the first replacement window company on my referral list at referrallist.com. Windows, doors, and siding. Their website is khwindows.com. That's khwindows.com. They're designed for both beauty and energy efficiency. Nothing improves a home like these windows, and you won't find a better company when it comes to ethics, to skill, and when it comes to standing behind their product. If you need windows, doors, or siding, you can rely on K&H. I know that for sure because I had them do the windows on my home in Franktown so many years ago, and they still look beautiful. 303-421-7100. khwindows.com. Why don't you go to their website? You can make appointments right on the website. KH Windows.
Look up who we gave quotes to.
And that's why it's important to me to remind veterans that it's time to take advantage of the VA benefits that you deserve. This is Ross Kaminsky, and I thank you, and American Financing thanks you for your service.
And they advertise American Financing.
When it comes to
I'm sorry, I don't multitask. Switching this,
I'm just saying, it was just American Financing advertise a lot.
The biggest in the market. The biggest single advertiser in Denver
is
on it. Period.
Wow.
Period.
That's greater than any other loan program can offer.
Why do you mention it?
I just hear him all the time on the radio. As I listen to 7 different stations. I hear him on every one of them.
Such incredible savings. A salary-based mortgage
What a budget.
listen to your financial goals and customize a loan program to fit your needs. Just call 303-695-7000, 303-695-7000, or AmericanFinancing.net.
It takes so much money to advertise and get your name out there.
No matter how modern your family might be, if you're looking for a bedrock gas engine vehicle, you're looking in the past. The era of the electric vehicle has arrived. With instant acceleration, electric cars are more fun to drive.
Electric cars are starting to come into their own.
Electric cars are here. Plug in
Yeah,
to the
I'm still not
Learn more at
a fan yet.
Sponsored by Volkswagen Group of America.
Frank Duran, the real estate man. Whether buying or
for selling. You can't do better. We find the pulse of the market to generate multiple offers.
Tran, the real estate man, he advertises a lot.
Yes, he does.
Negotiate the best sold price for your property. Even in a great market,
Not near as
you
much
need the
as
expertise
you might
of a
think, but he
great
does.
broker. The real issue
I mean,
is
yes, he does, but not like anything like a marriage.
credibility is to get you to the closing table. Frank Duran, the real estate man, with Remax Alliance.
Him and Tom Shane, you'd think Tom Shane would be up there.
He doesn't do it that much anymore. He's cut way back. Way back. Did you know that?
Is Tom Shane's a real guy, correct?
Yeah.
Where's he live?
Cherry Hills. I used to shovel his sidewalk.
When I was
It's funny we both said that. We know that, right?
when I was in Georgia, he had a southern
No,
accent.
he's around.
But he had a southern accent when I was in Georgia here.
Nah, he
It's
has a weird accent, but he does his commercials all over.
It is
He
him?
does the same.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was not a real person.
No, it's a real person. And he doesn't fake accents.
When I was in
You might have thought that.
when I was in high school, my brother-in-law owns a snow plow and snow removal business, and I would go out and plow sidewalks. And one of the places I plowed was Tom Shane's personal house, and I would plow his personal house, and then I'd get out and shovel all of his sidewalks, before he got up in the morning. So I'd pull in.
Yeah. Hi, Tom Martino here. Let's take Mark
Major Mark Major is in the field. Major Mark Major.
Hey, man. So listen, to recap, by the way, we're live on Facebook right now. But to recap, we had a caller named Vaughn call in, and I'm going to see him right now. You can see it on Facebook. He called into a buddy of his. They have Broncos tickets. And the bottom line was this poor guy can't get to the Broncos game with the oxygen he has. So
And he has stage 4 cancer, I think, yeah.
Oh, it's horrible shape. But check this out. How are you, man? Hey, how are you? It's good. It's good. It was great for you to call for your buddy here to get him to the Broncos game. Best friend in the world. Oh, man, this guy's not in the best shape. What is your name, sir? David? We're giving David a second to get his stuff together. But anyhow, a great listener of the show, her name is Gay, called in and actually donated a portable oxygen tank.
That's so cool.
I actually
that's
feel a
very
little bad
cool.
even having this guy come down.
Yeah,
At this point, we should have maybe delivered this out to him.
Yeah, we didn't realize this.
You sure?
But they wanted to get out. And here's the deal. Here's the deal. This portable tank is going to do a lot of good.
He's got brain cancer. He's really he's in bad shape. In fact, he just needs to. I'm going to give this to you, man. Stage 4 cancer. He's in pretty bad shape. I hope you really do enjoy the game, though. You guys got a ride to the game. All that's good. I'm going to try to get you tickets into a pregame too, where we can get you fed and do some other stuff.
Yeah.
I can't guarantee that yet.
That's pretty cool.
Hold on a second. You're trying to get what? Oh, you haven't got your Broncos tickets yet?
Yeah.
Do you need help trying to get them? I mean, do you definitely... We might have to help them get some tickets.
Well, I thought they had tickets for them.
That's what we thought. His caseworker...
We'll figure it out.
Caseworker had tickets. We're going to get it figured out, but this guy's not in really good shape. We're going to help you with that. I think we should have done this at his house the more I look at it.
Okay,
anyhow,
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I'm going to try to help him. All
right.
I'm going to try to help him get these tickets, and I'll see you back upstairs.
Thank you,
in a few
Mark.
minutes.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. God, we love helping people, but what we really love is making that connection. When people who are listening to the show, they chime in and help. We have had that happen so much, and that's what I really like. Do we still have Joe Gallegos on? Is he still on? Just check and see. Is he still on? Okay. Joe, listen, man. I don't hear a situation where she should just give up, but she does bring up some good points. Here's what I need to know. Are you following the plan, or is it short? If it's dimensionally off, that's a big deal. For example, if it's 3 feet off, is the deck or whatever you're building 3 feet off?
No, it isn't. On the plans, it shows for a 40-foot deck. So I built it 40 foot. Okay, that didn't quite go to the end of the house. It was like she's right, 2 or 3 feet short. But what I was going to do for that, because what she wanted was she has a spigot at the end of the house that she did not want covered. She said she wanted to be able to get into it. So I built the deck up to the spigot, and then what I done was from that point, from the 40-foot point, I went out an extra 4 feet and put a landing with steps. So that made it exactly to the end of her house.
All right, I see. Hold on. What I'd like to propose is that we go look at it and Catherine give you an honest-to-God assessment as to whether or not he's doing you a disservice or not, and give you a recommendation. Because if you cut and bait now, it may not be justified. Hold on. I don't want to get her back on, I don't think. I just would like to have her just basically
meet with both of them.
You know, have Clint meet with him or meet with her.
You should ask him, do you have a building permit for this?
I don't,
Is there a
you know what? Believe it or not, I mean, that's not actually as important to me as the work that was done. I know that building permits are important, but the main deal here, bro, is that, you know, should she fire him and kick his ass off the job?
Probably a mistake. Wait, I think she'd yelp him before she knows she's hurt.
Yeah. There's a lot of contractors that will go out there and throw somebody else under the bus in order to get a job, and she could very easily have somebody like that.
You know how many times people go out with 20/20, I call it 20/20 hindsight, and they say, oh, this, I would have never done it this way. Yeah, right, okay.
Yeah, I've heard that plenty.
You know, so, and she doesn't know any better. She goes out there and someone comes over, oh, this ain't done right. I've had,
Not just anyone
Yeah.
can get away with this. And it's the Brady Fox News. Kanye West during an Oval Office meeting hugging the president.
I love this guy right here. Let me give this guy
Here's my friend. I know it's not very good. Here's my friend, an African American.
The star has taken a lot of heat for supporting the president. Fox News' John Decker live at the White House.
In a much-anticipated working lunch, rapper Kanye West, wearing a Make America Great Again hat, said he and the president plan to talk about prison reform and what can be done to reduce violence in Chicago.
We also, as black people, we have to take responsibility.
What can be done? Here's why
We kill each other.
Lock up the damn gangs.
Police officers, and that's not saying that the police officer is not an issue because they are in a position of power.
The president praised West and Hall of Fame running back Jim Brown for their longtime support, saying he's open to their ideas on prison reform. Lisa?
Thanks, John. That meeting just after the president signed a law designed to expand music royalties to more artists. He also spoke about the devastation of Hurricane Michael, which is now blamed for multiple deaths. A house-to-house search underway in parts of Florida's Panhandle, leveled by the storm. In Bay County alone, at least 5 deaths reported, along with another in Florida and one in Georgia, where Michael was still a hurricane. It's a weakening tropical storm now, still heading northeast, dumping heavy rain on the Carolinas.
Several inches of rainfall, and of course people know the Carolinas were affected by Florence just a couple of weeks ago, so any more moisture is going to add to weakness to trees, bring trees down, and flash flooding will be a concern because in some areas we could certainly get 4 to 6 inches, eventually moving off the coast.
Fox meteorologist Janet Dean. A volatile day on Wall Street, extending yesterday's plunge at times. Right now the Dow's down 156. This is Fox News.
This flu season, one Walgreens flu shot can make a world of difference, so you can protect yourself and also your close-talking coworkers, high-fiving neighbors, 2-month-old niece. That's why Walgreens has specially trained pharmacists that have provided over 60 million flu shots since 2010. Stop by for your flu shot today with a $0 copay with most insurance, because protecting the world starts with protecting yours. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. Vaccine subject to availability. State age and health-related restrictions may apply.
And now, the worst commercial ever. Hi, I am Justin Galvin, retired athlete from your local ball team. So I know a thing or two about insuring a landscaping business. I trust the pros, commercial auto and business insurance through Progressive.
Makes you look like Arnold Schwarzenegger in his day of, well, he did his hair grew back, but he's got small cell,
So videos you guys get on that?
Oh, I got beautiful stuff.
Okay.
And in fact, I asked Mark specifically, and I'm glad you brought it up. What you want, I could customize anything you want. You tell me what you want. I want something for a website. I want something for email. I want something for this. I want something for Facebook. Whatever you want. Plus, we'll do our own.
Concentrator, and they're
They're like, what do you want?
Yeah, but you know what I
My
checked
main
off?
goal is to advertise on Facebook with little video clips.
Okay, and how long do you want it? 50, 20, 30?
30 to 60 seconds.
Okay.
You know, I mean, about. And I'll email you, and then you can send
Oh,
it
I
out
can
to
forward
the
that. No, I went through everything. For you to get it filtered.
Okay, good.
I don't know. That's a
Yeah,
good question.
I forgot to say that. They're really good things.
You
So
know,
it's not going to take long once I know what you want, because I've gone
I
through
know
it
you're
all.
busy, so and I didn't know.
You know what?
Yeah, we
It's
were
funny
doing
you say that, because I was thinking the same thing. I
They
got
said
all this
what
nice
level is he
video,
on, because it could be.
and Mark said he was going to get with you on exactly what you wanted.
The last hour, so he's on.
Mark had his own theory, and I said, well, let's just ask Buddy, so I don't just edit shit. Let's just
well, you know, up here.
And then, of course, you can, the raw stuff, we keep just whatever.
Yeah,
You'll always
that's
have
what
it.
it is. It's exhausting.
And then I'll put that on a Dropbox for you, and you put that somewhere and keep.
Sure, that'd be great.
Wife is trying
Oh, that did not go
You're
good.
good. 61. The guy with cancer, 61.
Oh, he looks so bad. That won't even, literally, that won't even help
I
him.
have a possible resource. The Dominican sisters apparently give out free medical supplies to people who can't afford it.
This is an oxygenator. These things are like
And this
$1,500.
lady who told us about it is an RN and said
What
she
did he
gets
have to
supplies
get down
there.
there?
Yeah,
Buddy.
No, yeah, no, as far, do you have a big bottle of concentrator? Or what?
His buddy that just got fired.
Should I have Daphne call that place and see if they have, what is it, an oxygen concentrate?
Concentrator. I
You tell him we'll try to get something better.
I said, yeah. I mean, that little tank won't even last an hour.
The concentrators. It's called a concentrator.
That was bad, man.
Mark, are we going to put the word out?
Yeah, we're going to talk
Yeah,
about it, absolutely.
That we still need help, yeah.
We can find a concentrator, but boy, they're pricey.
They're like $1,500.
The place I call $2,100, $350 a month to rent.
Well, hold on. $350 for the. Can we rent it for a month? That's not a bad price.
Yeah, it may not last.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. This hour brought to you by Fix It 24/7 for your plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. And they thank you for the response from the community. They're growing like crazy, serving their base. If you want a great career in plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, or drains, or support staff, give them a call. Hey, this consumer show, this show about helping people is all about you. You have to tell us what you want. If ever you hear a topic and you say, I know about it, I'm an expert, call us. If you hear something and say, I have a similar problem, call us. If you faced something before and you solved it, call us. It is a town meeting. That's what this show is, a town meeting. And we get together and talk about the everyday aches and pains, as I like to say, the things that make you tick and the things that tick you off. The number, 303-713-TALK. You can get right through. I let you know whenever lines are open. Or 303-713-8255. That's 303-713-TALK. We also have 303-MARTINO, which is 24/7. Now, if you call that number, we ask that you leave a number because we love to listen to each and every one. I mean, obviously, if some nut calls and just has a problem with an outer spaceship or something, we can't help. We won't bother. But we call almost every single person back and get them on the show if we can. So that is a very important number when we're not on the air. When we're on the air, it's automatically routed to the studio. That's 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. Okay, getting back to Fix It 24/7. Their number is 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939. I say something about them. You will never get more value for the same products, the same service. And you say, Tom, why do you say value? It's like you're afraid to say they're not the cheapest, are they? Well, they're not. But truly, they are if you look at everything you get. So what you need to do is just go out and shop and use Fix It 24/7 is one of them. FixMyHome.com, 720-526-3939. Speaking of cheap, Buddy Mitchell, Simply Floors, Inc. We don't like saying the cheapest. But when I say cheap,
I like that
he's
word.
Cheap. You know, one thing he's not cheap on, and this is the dichotomy here. He pays his people probably better than anybody in the floor business as far as the installers and salespeople.
And that's why he keeps
But he
them.
has some of the lowest prices, so the money's coming from somewhere. So how do you economize? As a businessman, how do you economize?
We're part of a buying group that helps us buy it. A lot of times we can't buy products cheaper than other stores.
Yeah.
But we're part of a buying group, and so the products that we have are usually we're buying them less than the other stores are.
Okay. So how else do you economize? Do you?
My showroom is not on a major street. My showroom.
It's southwest of 52nd and Ward, southwest corner. Yep.
Yeah, and so if I looked at rent on a major street, like a building that's all by itself, and it was like 15 times what I'm paying in rent.
Holy crap.
I mean, it's like crazy.
But you go out to the houses, too.
Yeah, we do, and the shop at home. It extends our reach. By doing shop at home, we're based in Arvada, but we do jobs in Aurora. We do jobs in Parker, Castle Rock.
Yeah.
You know.
Debbie, what's happening, Debbie?
Hi.
Hi.
I have an issue here. I'm not sure if you can help me or not.
Let's try.
Okay. I live outside of Colorado Springs.
Okay.
A city water main was trespassing on my property, burst, flooded my...
What do you mean trespassing?
The city's water main was not in their 15-foot allotted easement.
Really? How far out was it?
It was on my property like a foot and a half from my building. Surveyors have acknowledged this, but I got an attorney. I've been fighting since November of 2013.
Government immunity.
Well, yes, but not so much. That's for consequences, not necessarily to make them that way. In other words, you can demand that they move it.
They did. I signed a relocation agreement. Okay. They moved it. My whole deal is that they have CIRSA. Cities have CIRSA for insurance. They flooded, destroyed my property. They had...
Wait a minute. You said in one breath they moved it, then it flooded. So did it flood while they were moving it?
No. It burst in 2013. I've been in litigation.
Did it burst before they moved it or after?
Before. And it flooded my property with 6 inches of water.
Why did it burst?
It's just old.
Okay, because, Mark was talking about immunity is true when it comes to infrastructure, okay, and it comes to maintaining and repairing infrastructure. They are immune even sometimes from gross negligence, unfortunately. So under what premise are you expecting to get paid if they are immune?
I think they tried immunity. But because it damaged my property and they were trespassing, they had a 15...
In other words, it wasn't the normal maintenance and repair of infrastructure because it was on your property.
Correct.
I could see that argument outside of normal. Yeah. So do you have an attorney?
Yes.
Okay, so your attorney feels he can pierce the immunity?
It's all just gone wrong since then. We went to court, and the judge took away my jury trial, saying that there were no unusual damages. Well, it's unusual when there's 6 inches of water.
No, he means that. No. But that's an economic. There's no unusual damage. He's talking about pain and suffering and emotional distress. That's what he's talking about. Debbie, don't even try to argue that one. It's not worth it. Honest to God. I mean, if you're gonna attack this thing, let's go for the real stuff. I mean, really, I just tell people sometimes that they get hung up on the ridiculous things as opposed to the real stuff. Unusual damages, it doesn't mean they're normal. It just means that they're calculable. They're calculable with receipts and invoices. The stuff that's not calculable is what they use a jury of your peers for. So let's talk about where it stands in trial right now. Are you going to trial?
It even went to the appeals court.
Wait a minute. So the judge, what did they rule as far as damages? What were you seeking?
For the damages.
How much were you seeking?
$56,000 is what the city had their insurance company.
Got you. And why didn't the city, if they were insured, just pay it?
Exactly.
Well, I'm just asking you.
I don't know why.
Okay, the insurance company turned it down because of immunity, probably, right?
No.
Why'd they turn it down? Why did their insurance company turn it down?
They decided to get attorneys.
Okay, but why? What premise? You don't just turn it down just for principle. What was the premise?
I think they did not want to pay.
But no. In your lawsuit, you sued them, right? And when you sued them, they answered. And they answered, and I don't think they said in the answer, we just don't want to pay.
Right. They were fighting, saying that they were not trespassing, so we had to get located.
So therefore, hold on. Therefore, they're saying it was immunity because they were not trespassing and it was not outside their normal maintenance and repair.
I think they ended up admitting it was because I had to sign a relocation agreement.
What did the judge grant you in losses?
Nothing.
Okay, why? What?
Me pay the city.
What's that?
They made me pay the city.
What did you have to pay the city?
For like the attorneys going to their lunches and their
okay, attorney's fees. It's not for lunches. Debbie, listen, if you're going to clutter this with I know that you're emotionally upset, and I would be too, but he didn't give them lunch money. He gave them attorney's fees. So how much did that turn out to be?
$18,500.
That's very reasonable, actually, for going to court with city attorneys. But here's what I want to know. I don't understand how a broken pipe bursting and damaging your property with $56,000 worth of property ends up with you losing and paying attorney's fees. Now, listen, before you say, I don't either, the judge said something. Okay, whether you agree with it or not, why did the judge order in their favor?
That I cannot answer.
Well, he wrote a decision.
Well, I have all that in the paperwork.
Okay. Did your attorney explain it to you? Like, well, Debbie, he's claiming that they're covered by immunity, or he's claiming that you didn't really get damaged, or he's claiming. I mean, the judge said something. This is so hard to get from people because they don't usually agree, so they don't tell me. But I'm asking you, what did the judge say, or what do you think the reason is he sided with the city?
I feel like they all hold hands.
Okay, no. So, Debbie, yeah, it's a conspiracy, and I want to know the real truth. I guarantee you the judge is not on the take and doesn't give a damn about the city. You got to get past this crap because you have to fight the actual evidence. What is the judge saying? What did the judge rule? What did he rule?
I don't have that paperwork.
Okay, but you must know there must be some discussion with your attorney. Certainly the judge didn't say, I'm holding hands with the city, therefore I'm going to rule in their favor. The judge must have said something, and I can't believe that an astute plaintiff would not know why they lost. Your attorney never uttered the words, you lost because.
It's been going on for 5 years, but so that's why we took it to the appeals.
And what did the appeals court order?
They ordered kind of in our favor, but not really.
What did they order?
That we're not to pay the $18,500.
Good. And what else? In other words, they're saying it wasn't egregious or it wasn't malicious, it wasn't frivolous. That's probably what they're saying, which is good. So now you don't have to pay the $18,500, but did they reverse anything else?
Not as this point.
So then you have nothing else to appeal.
Well,
your attorney told you that, right?
He tried for the Supreme Court. I'm not sure where that...
You're not going to get to the Supreme Court because there's no issue that I can see. What issue would there be?
Well, if it were your properties and you had tenants downstairs and the water main broke and it wasn't ours and they fixed it...
I would do exactly what you did. I would sue them, and when I lost, I would walk away and lick my wounds. I wouldn't go to the Supreme Court. No, I wouldn't, because I would know better. I'm not... Listen, Debbie, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying you lost.
$70,000.
I'm saying you lost. I'm not saying you're wrong. Why did your insurance company not pay?
because they came and said, that's not our water, that is the city.
Well, what do you mean our water? Insurance doesn't own water. So why did the...
If it was like a leak from something inside or this...
Oh, okay, I get you. I get you. So, Debbie, hold on a sec, because I need to get to some kind of point here, and I really feel bad for you. Now, I really do. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. But you lost, and then you lost again, kind of. So we need to know where you go from here, okay? So that, I guess that's why you're calling. So let's talk about that. And remember, I don't have a dog in this fight. I lean toward you in this. It's terrible. I hate government immunity. Sentry RV is located in 2 places in Colorado here, just west of the city in Lakewood, just north of 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims. It's an indoor facility. No matter what the weather's doing, you can shop in comfort. They sell most of their RVs in the winter because people just get away. They also have a facility up north at the 119 turnoff to Longmont, and that has a service department up there, which is hard to find when you have an RV. Even if you didn't buy it from them, they have a great service department. That's SentryRV.com, 303-453-1111. The best prices on Cougar in the country, and they have a huge selection. Some of their new units going as little as $10,000 for a camper trailer. That's or under 10 grand actually, and that's SentryRV.com, 303-453-1111.
This report is sponsored.
I got the CEO and president's name and email address, the vice president's name and email address.
And did they acknowledge that that product got lost somewhere?
Yes.
So there's American medical sales and
No, she listened to the whole thing and she said, you know what, the only thing
Here's the problem. At the flow he's at, 2 meters per hour flow.
just like today,
Most of these
won't be home
are
until the
battery.
21st. Now, I started writing a letter to send it to them, and then I thought,
We have to have the higher.
I know, but then I thought you may want to address Scott directly. So, I have those email addresses. I will email them to you, and you take it from there.
That's very
I will.
Very important. Very important.
I was pretty happy. She was very nice.
Good. They're a giant
She
firm,
goes,
too.
well, yeah, she goes, well, how did he, find me? And I said, Tom reads everything. He knows who's top in the business.
Yeah, and by the way, they're going to be,
I don't know.
they will give us a presence in every state.
Yeah. So, all right, I will email you that.
Thank you.
You want a copy?
We only get a 2
No,
hour
I'm
battery.
fine.
You good? Okay.
You know, this is an adjusting firm in every state.
What's that?
This one we're working with this for the.
Oh, good. Maybe we need to. Tom, the places that he's on a 2 liter per flow, so the battery life is only 2 hours. That's still not going to get him through a football game.
Battery life?
2 hours on a concentrator.
So, on a concentrator.
Yeah, so that's still not going to get him through a
Don't
football.
you carry extra batteries or not?
Might be.
I thought they did. I mean, obviously, what do they do for flights?
Well, anyway, everybody I called Ransom says they only bill through Medicare.
Oh, if somebody wants to pay, they won't let you pay? Come on. He must be on Medicare disability.
He said he was, and he said Medicare wouldn't pay for it.
But
That's what he said on the
and they're
call.
telling me that that's the only way they can bill through Medicare.
Well, the
So
bill's Medicare. When it turns down,
that happens. Yeah,
bill through his Medicare.
That sounds like a good idea.
I mean,
Somehow there's something not right here. Because either Medicare pays it or doesn't. I mean,
well, obviously,
if he has
they
Medicare,
have to leave people the option of paying for the goddamn thing.
yeah. Boy, none of the 4 I called didn't.
Oh, come on.
I called 4 that rent them.
What? Okay, I'm visiting from another fucking country, and I need oxygen. I don't have Medicare.
They're happy.
Well, ask them.
Well,
Hi, Tom Martino, ApprovalReverse.com. That's a
Mortgage company that does reverse loans. Reverse loans have changed quite a bit. They help you tap your equity to get cash now. They are a bit more expensive than regular loans. They also eat up equity. They're not for everyone, but they could be the solution for you. But I would only trust ApprovalReverse.com, truly, because they don't slam you into it if it's not right for you. ApprovalReverse.com. Okay, so my heart goes out to Debbie. It really does. She basically had a water main encroach on her property. Not only encroached, but it burst. It did almost 60 grand in damage. Nobody really disputes it, but she lost. I suspect she lost in court because of governmental immunity. And of course, she was arguing it shouldn't be covered in governmental immunity. It's outside normal because they were encroaching. Somehow she lost. Look, I don't have the transcript, but she lost. Then she appealed, and at least they probably ruled it was not frivolous. They took away the attorney's fees that she had to pay for the city, which is nice. That's good. What I can't believe the first judge even awarded attorney's fees against a citizen. Think about that. A citizen thinks they were wronged by the municipality, and she gets slapped with a penalty, in essence. I think that was wrong. I really do. But the upper courts reversed it. Now she wants advice. My advice I don't think she likes, because at first blush I say, lick your wounds and walk away. I mean, really, Debbie, sometimes people just lose. And it's usually when you're fighting City Hall. What else did you hope, I would say?
Everything just kind of went wrong with my attorney.
I agree.
Right? The city should have submitted it to CIRSA.
I agree their insurance should have paid for it, especially because they were encroaching. But my agreement has little to do with what the judge ruled. I think maybe your attorney sucks. I don't know, Debbie.
I'm thinking, right, and I signed the relocation agreement. The judge took away
Now, did you sign the relocation agreement before it burst?
Oh, no, this was after it. They didn't even know it was on my property. Once they found it, they came 10 feet down, hugged it, went out, covered it, and they were gone. And they knew it was like...
During this whole process, they never offered to settle, ever?
No, we offered them. They said no. It's like they wanted to make an example out of us.
Wow.
Like, you can't mess with this city or sue us.
What city is it?
Should I say? City of Woodland Park.
Well, you can say it because it's public record.
Yes. So the City of Woodland Park. So,
by the way, it would have been the same. I probably would have been the same with every city.
Right?
I mean, really.
I tried to negotiate with them because I told them I love this city. My children were born here, went to school here.
Wayne has a comment. He called in. I'm not sure if it can help. Let's just see what he has to say. Wayne.
Yes, Tom, it's not necessarily going to help, but what I hear a lot of problems on this stuff is there's a difference between right and wrong that we all get, but when you go to court, right and wrong doesn't matter.
We learned that firsthand. We had a contractor that we believe ripped the face off of this woman and should have been he's a dirtbag in our opinion, and she lost everything. This woman lost every turn, and so now Debbie, she lost, and I think Debbie should have won. But what difference does that make? So Wayne, what is the point? What does she do now, though?
Well, it's the principle of things is why some people fight it, but I mean, all she can do is maybe try to find another attorney to review everything.
Yeah.
See if there was something that was maybe missed.
But the problem is, man, I think they're way beyond. I think she's way beyond all of her appeals rights. I don't know that, but Debbie, your attorney, the latest. What is the latest thing your attorney said? At some point, he must have said, "Look, Debbie, we really exhausted our time limit," right?
Right, because it's been over 5 years.
Yeah.
So now instead of them paying for any damages, it's for the taking. Like they rented the price. We're just talking maybe thousands. When I don't think I want to sign anything to close this out.
What do you mean sign anything? What are they asking you to sign?
Well, I signed lots of stuff. The relocation.
Well, of course, but what do you mean sign something? What? I don't know what you're saying.
To finalize it.
What is there? Wait, that's what I don't. There's nothing to finalize. You don't have to. The judge already did, and the appeals court did. Give me an example of something they're asking you to sign.
I think. Well, we're not done yet, so I think.
What do you mean? What is still going on? The appeals court ruled. That's what I don't understand. What is still going on?
Right, Tom. And I had out of the $18,500, I paid this city $2,500. And they haven't even returned that money.
Well, they have to, according to the courts. Okay. Is that what you're talking about? If they...
No. Now I'm talking about the last step. Will be the finalization of the taking. Like, they can offer me $2,500, and I'm thinking, if I sign that, then I give all rights up to my case.
Debbie, listen. This is not a legal opinion because I don't have any of the facts in front of me. But you don't have a case. You don't have a case, Debbie. Are you saying that in order to refund the $2,500, that the courts, if the courts told them to refund your money and that they can't charge you attorney's fees, they shouldn't make you sign any release? But it doesn't really matter, Debbie, because I don't know what the hell you think you're going to get. It's 5 years later, and you've exhausted all legal remedies. Debbie, you're not giving anything up. Do you think you have some huge suit somewhere? You don't. You won't ever get an attorney to take it, ever. And you're not going to... What the hell do you think you have?
You're nothing, but they destroyed my property.
Yes, they did.
This is like a root canal.
No, it is. And Debbie, we're covering the same ground over and over. Here's what I think you have is a bankruptcy, possibly. Did you fix your house?
Oh, it was a duplex. It was a rental.
Did you fix it?
Yes, it took me 2 months, but I did.
Well, how did you, and you got over it, you had the substance to do it. Well, congratulations. Debbie, really, move on with your life. Honest to God, Deb. No, but other people had to have told you this.
Right, and I will. It's just I don't like when...
I don't either. It's an injustice. I get it. But it's over. It's over, man. You got a problem with noisy neighbors, Sharon. What kind of a problem?
Well, it's quite a problem.
How bad is it?
It's really bad. I bought my condo last September, and I was very excited. It was my first condo that I bought. And
you can't be the only one.
No. Well, I don't know. So
I mean, are other people complaining?
No. I'm having problems with the person above me.
Above.
It's the actual owner. Yes.
Okay. How bad?
And it's really bad. I work a part-time job, so I have varied hours. Sometimes I work late at night, and I need to sleep.
Yeah.
And
well, it shouldn't matter. I mean, it shouldn't matter if it's truly a noise problem. It shouldn't matter what time. They shouldn't do it. But when we talk about a noise problem, you're talking about like pounding on the floor. You're talking about music. What are you talking about?
Like pounding on the floor. They have a young child who runs quite a bit.
Is it not built right? Is it a problem? Are they reasonable, or are they actually pounding like crazy? I mean, some places are just not built right.
They are not built right. These are chaparral condos, but I've explained this all to him. I explained it to him when his renter was up there, that these places are not soundproof. There's hardly any insulation.
But they shouldn't have to alter their lifestyle because of it, is what I'm saying. Now, they shouldn't be egregious about it, but at the same time, if they're going through a normal course of a day and a little kid is romping around a little, I don't think they need to change that because the places are not built right. Buddy,
well,
what were you going to say, buddy? I mean, you're mouthing. What were you? Anything? What? Oh, joke?
No, but I will tell you, the people that live below me do not hear me at all up here. And
yeah, but you're one person. I don't know. Why? Did you actually ask them if they heard you?
Yes, I actually asked them, and they've told me too.
I would like to. I mean, I don't. Without being there, I wouldn't know how bad it is. So. Obviously, if it was the way a place is built, then you wouldn't be the only one complaining about noise. Other people would have other people above them.
Right. So
she had problems with the people that's living there now and the renter before them?
Yes. The renter before that was really bad to the point where...
So are you saying it's her? Buddy?
Yeah.
No, she's moved out.
But Buddy's got a point. Is it a coincidence that both of them are noisy?
Yeah, but she said that it's not built right.
Well, if that's the case, though, why aren't other people complaining about...
Then it's not the neighbor's fault. If the house is built wrong and they didn't put in underlayment or whatever to kill the sound,
yeah,
anybody living up there is going to bother her.
What kind of floors?
They have wood floors, like I do.
Would they ever do an experiment and let somebody just walk normally? I know, seriously. I'm wondering if...
We go into condos all the time, and there's like requirements of soundproofing.
There is.
And if they did, and if the original builder didn't put in the soundproofing, she could, other than having someone that doesn't walk around or is very quiet, she's going to have the problem with whoever moves in there. It's not the people living there's problem. It's the way the house was built.
Well,
Go
I
ahead.
agree with that to a point. All I'm asking is that they be quieter. Listen, I've lived in apartments for most of my life before I bought a condo. And
you need to move to the top floor or something.
Yeah, but she already bought. This is a problem.
Yeah,
when you say they should be quieter, it depends on how quiet or noisy they are. I mean, if we came to your place, Sharon, and hung out a little while, would we or anyone else say, "Oh my God, what's that? Is it that bad?"
Yes, actually, your friend Pam, who I'm very good friends with, she has been over at my place.
She has, and she'll attest to it. She'll say it's ridiculous.
Yeah, to the point where I can't even have the volume on my TV at a reasonable level to watch TV. Even.
Or what?
Take a nap, you know.
Or what? Like they drown you out?
They drown me out.
What? This is like...
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And it's not like I have...
But what's really puzzling to me is that both tenants had the problem. Have you talked to the tenants upstairs?
I talked to him after his...
Not the owner.
Out.
Not the owner. Have you talked to the people living there?
Yeah, the owner is the one that lives there.
Oh, the owner lives there now. And what did the owner say?
Well, I talked to him. I explained, I talked to him about his renter before she moved out.
Does he thinks you're just a crankpot, right?
He could. I don't know.
How about the HOA?
HOA is no help.
Why?
Unless here's the thing with HOAs, which I can't stand HOAs. I'll probably never buy another condo once I get out of this place.
Yeah.
But the HOA says as long as they're not doing it before 8 o'clock or after 10 p.m.
Well, are they?
No.
Okay.
There's nothing they can do.
Okay, but those times are fine. But maybe that's just life. I don't know. Who would be willing to go over and listen? Hold on a second. What we're going to do is I'm serious. This is something that we might have to see to believe or hear to believe. Maybe we have Deputy Daff, or we have Deputy Dan, or Deputy Clint.
Where is she?
Yeah, where is it? It's got to be in this area since she mentioned Pam. Sharon, what area are you in?
Aurora, Quincy and Buckley.
Quincy and Buckley, you said Chaparral. Quincy and Buckley, Chaparral condos. We can find somebody. That's got to be our next step.
What time would we have to go out there?
Yeah, like what are the times we're going to hear noise, Sharon?
Well, it's going on right now. You'll hear it at night.
Is there any way you could hold, if you held your phone up, we wouldn't hear it, right?
No, I've already tried that. I tried that with.
Can you? And so it's nothing you can record.
No, I tried that.
Listen, I think we need to witness this. That's what we're going to do. Hold on, we're going to figure out a way to witness it. Maybe pick the worst time, just for the hell of it. What if it is truly obnoxious? And we'll try to figure that out. 303-713-8255. Your car nanny. Who do you think of? You should think of Alaramas. Wah, wah. Your car nanny will take care of you because they know that you are nothing but a crybaby when it comes to your car. They'll let you know when something is due, like an oil change, maybe possible tires, brakes. They estimate your mileage. They put you in the system. Really, they track your car with the software, send you text reminders. Here's the other thing. They have a 36,000-mile warranty on everything they do, but in between that, on that 36,000-mile time span, they have free roadside assistance. I've used it. So in between all your repairs virtually, you have free roadside assistance. That's Pro Auto Care, 303 Pro Auto, 2 locations near Evans and I-25, near Bowles and Santa Fe. Alaramas is the boss. His family's involved. They have great people and a great warranty and roadside assistance. 303proauto.com.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station.
My wife, house haunted? My wife, we have a neighbor, right? And my neighbor's son has a band. Come on!
You need to do Hormone Bros.
Oh, you're right.
Hey, Tom, could we put out a call on the radio for a place that rents those to call us? 'Cause the place I called that sells them to these places, that was before they gave me
many
the
condos
rent.
don't allow reports.
And we would ask if anybody out there rents a concentrator.
Well, you'd get pissed off when we vacuumed, and we usually vacuum at, 6, 7 at night. It wasn't super late by any means.
But some people aren't made for condos. My wife wouldn't be made for a condo. My wife,
She turned into the biggest bitch in the world, and then she gave birth. Okay? That fucking kid would never stop crying. So every time I heard that kid cry, I knew what she would do when she'd hear the vacuum. So it was all out war.
there's all sorts of.
They have structural concretes, like, those big rigid.
Yeah, steel deck and concrete. No, you won't feel
I
it
think they
here.
lay them down over steel girders. My God.
Sound walls where you offset to either stud, so the drywall's not going.
You can buy Z-channel and add another sheet of sheetrock. I mean, there's all sorts of things that are private.
Yes.
Pardon me, I'm working on the Friday calendar
bubble.
for
We have these
holidays.
things for bubble.
Just car days and their rotations.
Last year, condos don't allow with floors above them.
I got my point. When someone starts
We're not
complaining
traveling
like
as far as we
that,
know.
they generally end up getting louder
But,
on purpose.
so last year, Tom,
Well, they got a little kid.
Thanksgiving fell on Al and Jeff's day, so I just redid the rotation where they came in the Friday after Thanksgiving. But, so should I do the same, or should I check with them and go, is that?
I mean, or we could just schedule it.
Don't do anything.
Yeah. In other words, just schedule it, like you said. Don't
Tell them I'll run a best of with those two on.
But you,
No, she's talking
no,
about
we
the
don't
live
have the
show.
show on the Friday. I'm just talking
Hold
about
on.
getting our car
Why
guys
don't
back
we
in.
don't do a Black Friday show?
No.
Hey, buddy, how did that end?
It's probably one of the best days in the world to do one. Contract. I don't know about
No. I don't even think they give a.
They're not even open.
He's
They're not even open.
It's not like we can do it.
He's suing. He's suing? Something.
Okay.
You're talking about the floor that's buckling?
No. Joseph is the deck that he didn't finish and stuff, and he took $21,000.
I cannot believe this free fall.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh no, are we still free falling?
We got another 425.
So did I lose everything we gained?
No. You never lose it until you sell it, first of all.
That's true.
What's going to suck is you're going to be up. You're going to be up like 35,000. You're going to have to pay taxes on,
And then lose it.
and have less money. Only in the fucking stock market.
Oh, thank you very much. You're right. I pay. Wait, you pay when you make it, even if you lose it again. No?
No.
Do you pay on all your gains through the year, even if you have a net loss?
No.
You got to sell it though.
You got to. We haven't sold anything to take a loss, but we've sold stuff to make gains. So your gains are over 30,000.
I know what you're saying. So,
but until
do you ever, right before the end of the year, do you sell?
The problem, it's very risky because you got to wait 30 fucking days to rebuy it. So you legitimately then basically take a loss.
Or it's not a loss.
Or when you rebuy
so the IRS keeps track of that.
Oh,
if you
God,
rebuy it,
It's called a wash sale.
Yep, it's a wash sale. You
called a
got
wash.
to do 30 days.
So they do that on purpose.
Yeah.
We do that for people don't sell it right before and then buy it right back.
The next day.
Yeah. And say,
Why
hey,
do
I took a
they
loss.
Well, taxes.
Tom Martino here.
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. Hey, what does it mean when I say the HormoneBros.com? Hormone Bros, those are brothers who have a revitalized health clinic. That's what they're called. They do BioT, which is testosterone, estrogen, and thyroid treatment. They do pellet therapy, men and women. They're out at Ken Carl and 470. Now, this kind of treatment, even with the other treatments they do every 3 or 4, 6 months, whatever, however your metabolism works. They even do Juvederm and Botox, and they do fillers. They have a microneedling that stimulates your true, I don't know if it's called that, but they do a little needling process that stimulates true collagen, your own, which is a permanent solution to face filling. It's wonderful. Anyway, these guys, 3 brothers, started this clinic, and I call them the HormoneBros.com or HormoneBros.com. Look them up. They're good people. You'll like them, and they do BioT as well, and so many people ask me about BioT.
Deputy Dan got his pellet inserted yesterday.
Oh, he did? Yesterday.
By the Hormone
Did you go to
Bros.
the HormoneBros.com? The Hormone Bros. Okay, so That's pretty cool, Dan. You'll really like it. Do you remember what your number was before on the testosterone?
The one they gave me last night was 660, and at 430.
Wait, you had a 660 on your own. That's not bad.
On the one they gave me last night, which is different than the little short test that they did, which was 435.
But right now, you've had pellets put in. Do you know what dosage?
I can't remember.
So you'll be tested.
Did it hurt?
No, not at all. Not doing now.
They do a little Novocaine, and then it's not sore that long. And here's the deal. In about 2 weeks,
Yeah, in 5 weeks they'll do it.
I'm next, Tom.
We're just going to do it. They'll do a little test, but you'll know. Anyway, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So anyway, Deputy Dan, BioT. No, you'll love it, seriously. Let's talk to Rob. Hey, Rob, what's happening?
Hey, Tom. My mother-in-law and father-in-law are building a house. A spec house from Oakwood Homes, and I just want to know about home inspections. When should we get them? And
I haven't heard about Oakwood in a long time, man. We used to get a lot of complaints about them years ago, but I haven't heard word one about them in maybe 8 years. Anyway, it's a good idea to have your home inspected, but it does you really no good if you have a tract home. I don't know if you have a custom or modified tract. I mean, a lot of times your contract says you get a walkthrough, and you don't necessarily get to tell them to change things during construction. Now, if you want to do it for your edification, that's a good idea. In other words, if something's really bad and they don't fix it, tell them, well, go screw yourself. I mean, I'm not going to buy it. I don't know what your contract says. Do they get to back out?
No. Well, they'll be out some money.
No, I'm asking. See, here's the thing. With a modified tract or even a regular tract, if you're watching it be built, you have to have that spelled out. What happens if you see something you don't like? I mean, technically, it's not your house. And that builder can say, you're a pain in the ass. We can cover up some of this stuff and have a new owner come in, a new buyer, and have it inspected. It'll be fine, and we're going to sell it to them. Why do we have to go through extra expense for you, which means less profit? And that is true. I mean, it really is. Not everything a home inspector might find during construction is a major deal. So really, you got to ask yourself, why hire an inspector if you can't get out of the contract, or if you can't make them do something? Why hire one? What's the reason?
Well, I mean, they have their spec. They say as long as it's within spec, we're leaving it. But I mean, if there's twisted 2x4s or I don't know.
And that's right. They won't change them. So what happens? See, I'm not trying to give you a hard time, Rob. We have plenty of great inspectors, and you get one. But here's the point. The point is, let's say you find some things, and the builder just says, we're not changing. So then you have a choice. And I'm asking you, what is the penalty for them backing out?
I suppose they'll lose some of their down payment.
Well, then you have to, are they willing to do that? Because if they're not, then why hire an inspector? I know that sounds crazy, but weigh in on this, guys.
I would say that the building is being inspected by the city for safety and code reasons.
Yeah, but that's very cursory.
Right, but that's what you're most worried about when buying a new house. Is it built right?
Yeah.
Right? You can see the quality. Code. If you walk in and the quality stinks, you can see that yourself. What an inspector does when I'm buying a house that's used, I'm getting the inspector to come out there and tell me, hey, these things are broken. And that's what the city's doing.
Yeah. So... Okay. I'm not telling you not to get an inspector, Rob. I'm telling you that they have to have a reason, and they have to have teeth. Did they already sign the contract?
Yeah, the foundation is poured.
Then the die has been cast. They already did it. Yeah. They can't renegotiate this thing probably. I mean, they already signed it, and most likely they bought it. And even though it's subject to a final walkthrough, it doesn't get them to back out. I think their final walkthrough says something like this. They get a final walkthrough, and then they give us so many days to fix what they don't like, but as long as it's within specs, it's fine. I mean, so it's a very, very general contract, heavily weighted toward the builder. And especially Oakwood. I mean, I don't have great things to say about them based on the past. Maybe that's not fair since I truly haven't heard much about them in recent years. So, so an inspector might just be actually frustrating because you're going to find out everything that's wrong but not necessarily get it fixed. It's going to end up maybe making you a disgruntled owner. As crazy as that sounds, I mean, as Buddy Mitchell said, you're not going to have something so egregious that it's going to be, you know, structurally unsound. But
as long as you can know where the potential problems are, and then, you know, keep an eye on that before the warranty expires.
And let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. If it is serious enough, they probably would want to walk away and lose that money. You know, do you know how much exactly they would lose if they walk away?
Well, they've given them a lot of money just from, you know, custom stuff that they wanted to do.
Do you know how much they would actually lose in dollars and cents if they
not actually?
Okay.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe 15,000.
This discussion about inspection should have come before they signed that contract. But what, Eagle? Is that who we recommend right off the bat, right?
Of course.
Brian Wilcox?
That's right. Do you want his number, Tom?
Yeah.
720-810-1719.
And you can find him on our referral list. And we have other people, too. Referrallist.com.
This report is sponsored by Burger King.
South of the metro area, a bit of delay on South.
1,000? For what? Oh, wait, they stopped trading? It's getting that bad?
How do you know potential problems? If you know that, how are you going to guess what a potential problem is?
I know. It's just they're buying. They spent a whole bunch of money on a house, and they're scared.
Well, they did do it. They did show it.
You know, and so they're saying, oh, do I need to get my own inspector out there? And really, truly, I know you can say this about cities. I was a GC for forever. The inspectors are out there, and they're looking for potential problems.
You were a what?
I was a GC, general contractor. I'd go out and finish basements. The inspector would come in and say, your sheets of drywall aren't screwed enough. You need to put more screws in. Your framing, you know, a twisted board in a house. Board's warped. You know, I framed a basement for some people one time. I went in, framed the basement, and they said, you know what? We need to stop. We didn't get our loan.
Can save it tomorrow.
3.5 years later, they called me up and said, all these boards warped. I need you to come replace them. We're going to put drywall up. I'm like, the problem is the drywall holds the board straight. So you put the board in, it's straight. You screw screws into it, it can't move, and then when it dries, it doesn't warp. You put the board in, wait 3.5 months, and the board warps, and it's my fault. It's like, no, that's the framing lumber. You've got to, when you put the board in, the stud, you have to screw it with drywall within a reasonable amount of time, or the stud will move. Or the stud will move.
They always do that.
Right? But he's sitting there, he says, you know, potential problems. Potential problem is that's what I was saying. What I was saying is, I'm going to go buy my house. My house was built in 1976, right? I hired an inspector to go out and look at my house to say, is my furnace going to fall apart tomorrow? Is the furnace broken? Is the air conditioner working? Is there a foundation problem? Right? And that's exactly what the building department is doing right now.
At that time,
they're going out they're going out there and saying, yes, the furnace is hooked up right. You have no problem. If the furnace is not hooked up right, they make them fix it.
I went up to buyers to do a basement, and they had their lumber delivered.
Yeah, you're right.
So still back 14 weeks or wasn't left banded. We couldn't use any of it.
Right. But if you would have put it in and held it in place, it wouldn't. When it was fresh.
Never got needed cheap.
What is?
Taxes are so cheap compared to what I used to pay on houses, property tax.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just.
Well, it depends on what county you're in, what city you're in.
Man, it's so cheap.
They're cheap, really?
God, compared to what I remember, I had.
Okay, sorry.
During that crash, a lot of taxes came down. They had to. A lot of new assessments.
I'm Tom Martinez.
No, your troubleshooter 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. You do have time for a quick question or two, or if you want to sound off, something you just want to say. You listen to the show and you say, damn it, I want to say this. Say it! Go on, Clint. What do you have?
If we have anybody out there that rents auction concentrators, could they call us?
Yeah, we want to try to help this guy because we think that this portable one that was donated, and thank God it was donated, and we'll make sure it either stays in his hands or goes somewhere where it can be used. We need a concentrator that will help this guy more to get out. And he may not be long for this world. I mean...
Oh, he's definitely not.
Well, you know, I don't want to ever
in
say
good
definitely.
shape.
Okay, definitely not good shape. We would like to get him a concentrator, even if we just use it, or maybe rent it. I don't think we should buy one, but use it or rent it. If anyone knows where we can get one under those circumstances. Now, we tried to call some places that rent them, and they said something crazy like, we only rent to Medicare. Well, what do you mean? In other words, will his Medicare pay for it or not? We don't know. Didn't they say he was turned down on Medicare for that? Why?
Yeah, originally that's what they said.
Well, then what do they mean? You know what, Clint? We got to ask these places, these durable supplies, these places say durable medical supplies. I think they call them. What do you mean, Medicare? Because I don't know of any Medicare that pays for concentrators. So under what circumstances, the first question, under what circumstances would Medicare pay? Okay, maybe we get them covered under Medicare if we can. Because they seem to think that's the only way to get it paid for. And I said, well, what if you're visiting from another country or you simply want to pay cash? They indicated to Clint, and I find this hard to believe, that no one can rent it. You can't pay for it.
Well, you can buy them on Amazon.
Yeah, but you can't rent them unless you have Medicare. I find that impossible to believe. And Clint, are you sure that's what you were told? So what they said, you cannot pay for them.
Yeah, the 4 I called said they only bill to Medicare.
Oh, ridiculous! Come on. Has our system become so bogged down with red tape you can't think outside of the line? You only bill to Medicare. What if you're not on Medicare? Then what? What if they're not on Medicare? What's the answer? Does anyone know about this? Durable medical supplies. Anybody have to rent ever? Give us a call and help us out. Or maybe you have one we can borrow. I don't know. I guess it doesn't have like you know, you can't catch diseases or anything with it. People use their own cord, or their own tubing and cannulas, right? We can get them a new cannula and tubing. We want to help this guy out. Now, Suzanne, speaking of helping people.
Yes.
We had a cancer patient that came in a few days.
Yeah, Ken.
And he volunteered with us. We got his spirits were up.
That's right.
We really love having him around. And I just noticed that he was, not feeling well. Do we know what's going on with him? People have been asking about him.
Remember, Tom, when he said he couldn't make it due to car issues, I told him what you said. We'd pay for his Uber,
right.
and he never got back. I wonder if he doesn't feel good. But, Tom,
if he doesn't feel good, I understand, or he just wants to be left alone, but, yeah.
But good news. Remember Mary, the grandma, yesterday with the 2 teenage granddaughters from Texas that needed coaching
Now, this
boots?
is a woman, another grandma. We hear so many. Her daughter is in prison. This grandma is raising the 2 babes, the 2 girls.
That's right,
teenagers.
They
needed winter coats and stuff. What happened?
So we got some donations, and Mark and I donated. I'm going to go over there after the show and give her some gift cards to go shopping for some coats, boots, and whatever else she might need.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And so we were fixing her up at Walmart, and Mark and Suzanne spearheaded that along with some other listeners. So it looks like we'll get her some clothes and some winter coats and things for the girls. And that's what I love about the show, making those connections. So if ever you want to be counted amongst them, you don't even have to commit to anything. Just say, hey, we would like to be considered in the future. And then we'll put you down on our list and give you a call if we ever have anything. We would never, of course, ask for any credit cards or any money unless we have an intended purpose. We never collect, and then use the money for anything else ever. We never do that. Buddy Mitchell, simplyfloorsinc.com. And this number good if I give it out?
Yep.
All right. And you can always call. People say you always give out that. So it's 303-456-4660. That's 456-4660. And they're in the southwest corner of Kipling and Ward, 52nd and Ward. And it's simplyfloorsinc.com. Ryan, I'm sorry.
Ryan. That's okay. Hello.
What's going on?
How's it going, man? Hey,
Good.
I just heard what you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
With the oxygen concentrator, Medicare, all that fun stuff. I work for a fairly large company here in Northern Colorado, Banner Home Medical Equipment.
Yeah.
And been in the industry for over 10 years, so I could shed some light, I'm sure, on
Okay, we wanted to know if there's a way we could rent it without going through Medicare.
Absolutely.
Good.
So
here's what we're going to do. I don't want to cut you off. Hold on and talk to Deputy Clint off the air. I'm Troubleshooter Tom Martino. Save all your problems for me.
It's never been easier to get rewarded.
This will help. Yeah, go talk to him.
He had to give his life story there for a little while.
No, I know. I don't care. People want to qualify themselves. Buddy, thank you. Did you hear about? Are we still on audio?
Yeah, you want some? Okay.
Yeah.
Just give me a second.
There was another.